Who's Icy Fresh playing with?
I don't know. They were. Someone asked me yesterday if I knew anyone who could play with him, because apparently his teammate couldn't play or something. I don't know.
He's playing with Shadow Swirl Twiddle RXP. What?
That's a rogue.
Do you know who it is?
I know it is. Yeah, I saw them in Stormwind today. Are they? How are they playing?
Could it be a Vizura? No.
I don't think so.
We'll
I mean,
ask.
it could be, I guess, but I really doubt it. Are they in the game already? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, there.
How so? I thought we were the first to play.
Second.
Oh yeah, we're actually second. Okay, I'm probably gonna be muting actually during games. I'll be like watching games and commenting maybe.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know Deadly Coward. I've never heard of him, and I've never heard of the other dude as well. So your guess is good as mine,
We have
brother.
seen a little bit of what Deadly Coward can do in the 2v2 tech demo that we have done last week. But on that note, let's see what's going to happen. We are opening these gates. Jigsaw is behind the pillar. Icy Fresh is playing a little bit more aggressively. We can see how both rogues
This is the first game of the tourney, I
over
believe.
there is an aggressive
Never
set for
forget
Icy
to
Fresh. He
update.
trinkets that, and here it go. There it go. Bang, boom, early CS onto Jigsaw. He cannot do anything.
They're both
For 1
alliance.
second, he's starting to cast the Ice Lances
Seems
into
like
the
they're just
Nova. The
gonna roll.
rogues are opening right now. You can see the Garrett is onto Jigsaw. Jigsaw is
Mage,
falling down, but he
both
does have
teams.
defensives. Cargos, can you believe the amount of
Shadow
damage
gets
coming out
poly.
right now?
This is not looking good
Very, very
for
bursty. As you can see, these rogues playing this
Icy
game of
Fresh
cat and
too.
mouse
He has the
chicken. They
block
both
already.
opened
Jigsaw
and
can
then
block
went
now,
for
I
an
think.
immediate vanish, looking to see what could happen. Maybe
This
they
is
can get a
strength
sap on the other rogue. Maybe
hits
they can make a
away.
big play happen. It's just lightning fast. So much to digest. Looks like Jigsaw's a little bit behind. Is able to
That's a
sneak
good
around the
block.
pillar though. Look how fast he was in the block. Avoided that light with that lance. If that lance hit him there, that's legit.
Oh,
Like, maybe
it
Oh,
two,
and
three
Icy
damage.
Fresh
He did a
goes
lot of
down!
damage.
Oh my god! That was some insane damage going with the Noah. Wow, this looks really, really bad for them. I don't think there is a way.
Yeah,
This
dude,
looks-
the tables were turned. That was unbelievable. He actually blocked and prevented that Nova from hitting him for like 2k. You know, like a slower mage might would have hit 2 ice lances there, right? Would have hit him in the face. Instead, blocks off the CS as well.
He
and
did
then
like 3
turns it
lances
and then
there
ice
in the
lances him in
Nova.
the face back. Oh man, that was so sick. What do you think?
5, I think.
I mean, the first 20 seconds of that match was the most mirror thing I have ever seen. Legitimately, you could put a mirror down the middle of the match, and everybody was doing the exact same thing. And the divergence came, as you said,
Nah,
with this
there were no
chicken game
global
with the rogues,
survive.
where we had
There must have been like 2 or 3.
Jigsaw's Deadly Coward opening back onto the Shadow World with a cheap shot, but he doesn't continue. He just stuns him periodically.
Well,
giving,
they're both playing Alliance,
Jigsaw
though,
actually has
so-
time to poly him, which creates that initial pressure as a Deadly starts with the opener.
It'd be harder
just
for us, I
stuns
guess.
him for a second, then he has to sit in a full poly. He cannot trinket that. If he trinkets that poly, he's just going to sit in a blind. So he's got a choice of 2 things. He ends up sitting in a poly, which allows him to create this really aggressive pressure, which in turn forces an early block from Icy Fresh, which is why he's actually killed from those lances. He can't get out of the Nova the same way Jigsaw could, because he had hypothermia still going on him.
Big true, man. I'm so excited already. I'm getting nerd chills, guys. TVC esports works. One's in the chat. If you're a believer, if you're a bloomer, if you think we can do this, guys, make TVC actually awesome, competitive, kind of like esports vibe. You know, doing tournaments all the time. Like, oh man, the excitement is real. It's in the air. You can cut it with a knife.
Is there anyone in the chat already?
This is absolutely insane.
Anybody watching
the
this?
lightning speed of that match was through the roof. Right now you can see, guys, Jigsaw has
have a question.
1-0 Icy Fresh.
They're a bunch of fucking amateurs.
Going in the match 2. And that match is going to be Ruins of Lordaeron, selected by the loser of the previous match. Guys, are you ready? The last ready check is going out. This is going to be
Здорово,
absolutely huge.
Серп.
This
Ну
is the
какой-то
match
2 на 2
point
турнир.
right
будет.
now. If
На бете.
Jigsaw manages to win on Ruins of Lordaeron, this is going to be it. They're going to the next series. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Спасибо за
Let's
хост.
see, indeed.
And we're in.
So here.
Arena frame for
they're
TVC
in.
Classic.
They're just on
Uh,
the starting.
it's S Arena.
Starting from there. There you go. Okay, nice. All right, let's think ruins here. So mages are gonna. We'll see which team decides to push out and contest the tomb first here. The mages, I assume, are just gonna be running around, trying to like LOSing each other around that small little construct in the middle. Rogue's playing chicken. I'm curious to see if one just sprints out on mountain, pre-vanishes, and goes for the ultimate Zug line of play here. You look for that as soon as these doors open, chat. Look for a yellow running out, pre-vanish, and going for it.
Где Долоран Ин? Не знаешь, Серк?
And let's see if that aggression gets punished if that does happen. I do believe in the first match we did see pre-vanishes coming out of both rogues.
Я думал, вообще это вотл какой-то. Какой Долоран Ин, блять. Мне сказали, типа, они там будут какие-то интервью проводить после игр.
Icy Fresh NA, the battle.
А я шуебу, блядь, Долоран Ин, это где вообще,
One would
блядь?
even say we can see a full mirror matchup. We talked about it a
Это
little bit
вотл,
during the
ёпта.
pregame show, but let's not waste any more time. We are going into the game right now. You can see that Shadow Will is taking a little bit of more defensive approach there, while Deadly is on the offense right there. It's human into human. Oh, and he manages to get clutch, Sap, opening right with the kidney. And there is an early trinket. He tries to retaliate with a nice cheap shot onto the Deadly, and he's running away for a potential little cheeky reset. There is a shadow step with Deadly. He does go into the vanish, but there is another trinket coming from Deadly, trying to counter this. Is a really interesting 1v1. Both rogues are equally low on HP. Clutch gouge onto Shadow Will, but here it comes. Shadow Will is getting really much lower than Deadly. But Deadly right now is also falling down. This is absolutely insane. We're looking for a potential 1v1. As Jigsaw is in a sheep, 1v1, Icy Fresh and Jigsaw.
This is redemption. This is payback.
Какой проводит рандом чел или официальный турнир? Да не рандом чел. Каргос, какие-то Фарк ТВ и какие-то, короче, челики. Энтузиасты просто.
Lightning fast blocks, spamming instants into each other. No one's trying to get locked out on Frost. Frost ward's coming up. Icy Fresh trying to duck around.
У меня, кстати, задержка.
Oh, but Jigsaw becomes really low with HP, and there is really clutch. Can he get it?
I think Jigsaw
Can he get
loses
this
this
kill right now? Jigsaw is running behind that pillar. As you can see, there is some gnome action.
might still win.
Best of the Gnomergan measure right now. Full evocation. He wants that mana.
he
There is a
resisted
CS.
no
He
Ice
cannot do
Fresh.
anything for 2 seconds.
That's
1
unfortunate,
second.
Jigsaw
He
could've
does
killed
have
him.
that ice barrier right now on him, but there is the
Right
pet
there.
punishing him.
And Ellie's gonna get him, bro.
But he still has
He
the
needs to get him right now, and he gets him. Icy Fresh ties the
В
series.
альтераке вроде Долоран стоит. Ну, вроде да. Хз, типа, может,
Absolute
реально Долоран стоит.
insanity, ladies and gentlemen.
У нас
Are you
будут
watching this
варгеймы,
right
по-моему,
now?
всё
We
равно.
have a tied series, best of 3, full 3 games, complete value. Wow.
Hell yeah. These are fun, man. I can tell this is gonna be a fun game already, Fark. Now
Let's
we're in
on
the
that
rhythm,
note,
we're
let's check the
live.
brackets again. We are 1-1, Icy Fresh and Jigsaw. What a series, Cargos. Let's analyze it a little bit while we give the team 60 seconds to prepare for the game 3.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's
I
just
mean,
really good
I
at
think
the video
Deadly
game.
just
I
fucked
don't-
up,
I don't
honestly.
really know what to say.
They're
You know, a
not
lot of
supposed
times
to
these
lose
things
with
are
that
determined by
opener.
RNG, like looking at that game,
Deadly
like
saps the
I
rogue,
think it was
opens
Icy's
on him
partner
clean.
that got sapped,
The guy
right?
trinkets chip
Icy's
shot.
partner
That's
got
a
sapped,
win
and
right
they
there.
still
He just
salvaged
needs
that
to
game.
like
Oftentimes, like, if you're doing a
short chip
roguelike
shot
mirror
into
or
a kidney.
rogue
That's all he
mirror,
needs to do,
whoever's
and the
getting
game is
sapped first
won.
is just so critically on the back foot, and it's so tough to recover from that position. And they somehow turned it, man. Somehow turned it. It's the little things. Icy, you know, not maybe
где там,
pursuing
блядь?
him there and chasing Jigsaw when he
что
knew he couldn't connect, going for a little bit of Evo, going for some Evo value, just squeezing in a tick or two of bandage there.
По-моему.
Yeah, just really well played to both, man.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, one of the big things for me in that game, and something that comes quite often, whether I'm
It took
coaching
forever,
people or whether we just
Deadly
people ask me an
to
honest
kidney
question,
shot the
what's
enemy
important, what
rogue,
can I improve
and
in my game? And I think one of the biggest things in TBC in
that's all he
particular is
needed
how
to do to win the
use your
game,
PvP
basically.
trinket.
They also failed the kidney. He
previous
eventually,
game, we had,
I think, chip
the
shot.
rogues with the
Oh no, he
mages on the
blinded the
targets.
rogue into
So
a
in that
gouge,
situation, the rogues have to
into a
save
kidney
their trinket
apparently,
with blind.
but
However, in
Jigsaw
this
broke the gouge, I
situation, when
think.
the rogues are the
Or
target,
somehow they
can
failed.
use, we saw them using on
The kidney
shots to
failed
stop
after
them taking
gouge,
damage
which
because
shouldn't
they
really
know
happen
they've already got
unless
bleeds on
gouge
them.
gets
They can't get
broken.
blinded, they can't get
So
bloodied, but
the enemy rogue
on
dodged the
effectively,
kidney,
the mages can
and
block
yeah.
them. So,
I mean, that
if
was.
you want to
I
become
think that was
super
too late
game, if
anyway.
you want
Like
to improve,
the
if you
kidney
want to
should
watch
have
these VODs,
came
and I
way
would advise
earlier
anybody that
from
wants to
Deadly.
improve, watch these kinds of matches, watch these VODs, and really look for those clutch moments when it's a trinket, whether it's a blind, how they use preparation, how they use sprint, and using your cooldowns effectively is what is going to improve your gameplay.
On that
Yo,
note, we
Arca.
are right now in game 3, best of 3 series
Arza kill.
match for RXP 2v2 Invitational.
Game 3. This is the final game. It's best of 3 series until the finals, which are gonna be best of 5. It really should be best of 7 in my opinion. And ideally,
on that note,
I guess best of 3 for the qualifier games or whatever.
If I go silent for too long,
that's fine.
Because
considering it's a double elimination. Best of 3 is fine for the bracket games or whatever they're called.
Let's have some predictions in the chat, everyone. Come on, NA or EU wise, we're going into this match. Let's go, everyone in the chat.
Yeah, that's good to hear, DT.
Let's go, Jigsaw. Come on, a little bit
some
of EU
really nice support there.
Come on, guys. As we can see, this is going to be
Shadow playing like an absolute rogue in the corner.
На релизе будет кросс, не знаю.
He does not want to get sapped. Icy's like, bro, don't get sapped and we win this match. That's probably what he's telling him. So Shadow playing very, very defensive.
But they're opening already. You can see the Gyro coming out on an Icy Fresh. He was silenced for a little bit, but he's going for the double extra. Shadowville is staying a little bit defensively. Look at the HP on Jigsaw. He's under so much pressure. This is amazing opener from them. Icy Fresh is currently creating insane plays. Deadly is in full sheep right now. He's not trinketing and he is going to be going to the far.
It's full poly on Deadly actually. I think Jigsaw's team loses. His block. No, he doesn't have block, he just snapped. I actually missed the opener. I didn't see what their opener was. But yeah. Jigsaw's team is going to the lower bracket.
Icy Fresh and
kind of a surprise for me.
Will be joining back the bracket section of the tournament. Take a look right there.
You can hear Deadly voice on Jigsaw's stream right now. Oh man, that's a new one.
Have fought the first series.
I never heard. I've been playing with Deadly. You know, not like we play all the time, but I've known him since like 2010, I think. But we only started playing in like 2014, maybe. Because before that, he didn't really play that good, and
I think he's gonna do great things in DBC.
Actually, I need to ask me if we're ready. Yo, dude, are we ready? He just whispered me.
Yeah.
He's got the whole persona on point. Like,
Lego.
Sure.
He's gonna crush it, and he could still crush it in this tournament and come back and win right now. But Icy Fresh, I'm gonna say he's the underdog because not in terms of skill,
I was
but in
saying,
terms of like fans and viewership, he doesn't have like a huge following or anything like that. You know, like he has a few.
I'm just gonna mute their stream for now while I'm talking. Yeah, I've known him since like 2010. Started playing with him in 2014 because before that he wasn't really that good, and I think we only started playing on Death Side. And yeah, I'd never heard his voice. Good luck, Узбеко. Thanks, man. Приболел? Да нет, не знаю, проснулся недавно просто. Hey, is Double Rogue on par with top Rogue 2's comps like Rogue Mage, Disc Rogue, etc.? I think so. I think Double Rogue is pretty good. It might be slightly worse than, you know, Priest Rogue, Rogue Druid, maybe even Rogue Mage. But I think it's a very good comp that people don't play enough. And I'm glad that's the case, because you really don't want to be facing too many Double Rogues. It's kind of, you know, annoying comp to play against, let's just say. I feel bad for Jigsaw. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, they haven't lost the tourney, right? They can still win because it's double elimination. They can go all the way through the lower brackets and still play in the final. But it must suck to get, you know, dropped to the lower brackets like that in the very first game, the very first like matchup in the tourney, for sure. I agree. Is that Xpero unit frames? Yes, it is. I need to update my add-ons, by the way. I'll do it right now because apparently we're just waiting for our games anyway.
polys on the mage. We turned on the rogue when we realized there was no way we were going to be living long enough to get a swap onto the mage after having an opener like that, and we just tried to salvage it, did what we can, and came back with the 1v1.
That was absolute insane series. Icy, thank you very much, Colin, for a quick post-game interview. On that note, guys, let's take a look at the bracket again.
I need to go to Dalaran Inn, guys. Where's Dalaran Inn? I'm headed to Dalaran. Am I wrong?
Himeo. Both teams, veteran teams.
Like, I'm going there, I guess, or wherever the fuck is Dalaran, I forgot. This is here.
Caitlyn,
but I don't remember any inns there. Wait,
warrior druid.
I'm pretty sure on stream they were just in like Shatrath. Wait, Dalaran Inn is in Shatrath, dude. Okay, anyway. Our game's up, it seems.
You know, versus Uzbekimir DPR. I
mean, I think this is gonna be. I think to a certain.
This is Dalaran Inn, I think. I found it. No, it's not. Fuck, dude. Hey Clara, thanks.
Apparently I played private servers for 10 years.
Mere private server player confirmed? Confirmed by a guy from Twitch chat. Get wrecked.
Apparently I'm top 10 private server players and I played private server for 10 years.
Yeah, man.
Cheers.
I mean, isn't that true?
I guess so. Sheesh. Oh.
Did you remember there was a guy on my YouTube channel recently commenting under one of our videos or VODs when we were playing with Raikou, and he, dude, that was so funny.
The religion is full of shit, the money is printed on toilet paper, fame is worthless.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, sorry. I was reading something.
Okay.
What did you say?
No, I was just saying that recently some guy was commenting under one of my VODs on YouTube where you, Raikou, and I played RMP, and like it's funny what he was saying. I'll tell you after the game.
Yeah. Raikou's a dumbass. Okay, let's win.
Sure. Actually fucked up. The not.
You can start over.
Sure.
Just keep him there. I'll come whenever
there is
a
fish already. So you need to do something now.
Okay, I'll come now. I got you. Play super slow.
Okay.
Circle. You kill him. Persist. I'll blind, I think.
Happiest.
Yeah, I'll blind after.
I don't think you have to just yet. I can fearful. It's full fear now.
Good.
The trinkets.
Trinket. I'll just blind. You can drink now.
Yeah,
I can stop him. Maybe you could swap pillar and drink. Maybe that's better. Too late now.
Yeah, I'm just drinking here.
He's gonna circle. I'll stop him. I'll kill him as well.
Okay, system down.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Chasing Druid away with burns.
I'll re.
Okay.
Got me.
I'm burning Druid.
Powers. Can't.
I'll drink now.
I lost my. I kept my wounds. I'll kill him.
Sure.
I'm
pushing the Druid now.
Mace on full.
Yeah, you're fine.
I can't move for a bit. No step. Be in the raid.
Let's push now.
Yeah, I can kill in one now. Fuck, he was dead if I got this. Couldn't gouge for you there. Spell me when you can.
Yeah, no. Resist.
Got me from a 1,000,000-yard range.
I need to start
I
marking
blind
this.
and cloaking this.
Okay, sure.
I'll blind this one.
Sure. I'm burning.
I can stun his trinket. Interfere?
Okay. Yeah, good.
Into gouge first. Gouge.
Sure.
He's completely low. Okay.
I'm ready to trip it here. It might break insta. No.
Shivers Rachel. Full fear.
Might kill him actually. I shouldn't fear Wardy in the start because I forget then to reuse it.
Oh, you warded me in the start?
Yeah.
And it expired?
Yeah.
I see. He was dead if I got the kidney around the pillar if he didn't resist. I could cheap shot out of it to the pusher.
Is Dalaran in Dalaran?
Not that anything matters for playing priest struggling to wear.
That's where I was headed, but I then saw them in a place that looked like Shatrath. It's like one of the, you know, like this place. But I guess it wasn't. It's just the same kind of building or, you know, room or whatever. Dude, he won't tell me where Dalaran is. I asked him twice now. Where is Dalaran in though? Is it in Dalaran? Okay. Imagine if Tornado broke that fear, yeah, that would have been unfortunate. I mean, the game was over, the Druid was doesn't really matter. So am I stuck with this shit now, or can I press leave queue? What's gonna happen? Nothing. Interesting. Yo, thanks for the sub, Blaketron. For the resub. 2 months. Thanks, bro. He won't tell me where Dalaran is. Shatrath, dude. Bro, I fucking knew it.
Maybe you shouldn't tank him in front of the pillar though.
Where do you want me to do it then? In the open?
Just tank him behind the pillar, so the druid can't free heal him.
Well, that's what I was doing, pretty sure. Okay.
He's just stacking Saunders or something.
I'll start selling here. Took forever. Already given out.
I think I just went out. I'll just wait until he's literally behind the pillar though. I don't wanna.
I have 5 Saunders on me.
Yeah. Like now I can go. It's perfect now. I'll go blind him.
Sure. Okay, I'll just pull back. I don't want to push all the way out there. I'll try to drink now. Shit, I didn't get a tick.
Not pressure though.
You can chip shock me
just...
whenever. I'll just play.
Yeah,
if you want
he's
to.
ranging me now.
Cool.
I'm just doing damage.
Okay, I'll drink.
They can't mortal me.
Yeah,
you can drink.
I'll drink. I'm kind of... So is the druid, he's innervating, but I want to drink.
You got knocked. Coming.
Yeah, no. Resist. I'll push for Fury on your druid.
Yeah. I can stun him if he gets a range, but he's not gonna let me anything. Stunning out.
Nice.
Killing.
I resisted, but it's fine. I was just gonna drink it. Right, GG.
I'm blind as well.
Tornado almost broke the blind.
Yeah. I was waiting with the blind until it was out of range. If he would have kept walking to the druid, I would have thrown it up with focus through. Dude, intervene is so troll actually.
It's
like,
so bad.
It's so troll that I have to guess like, is he within 10 yard range?
That's also annoying.
It's so troll. And then imagine if it actually soaks the blind. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, noob! Didn't you see he was intervened?
Yeah.
Dog shit private server player.
Top 10 only, by the way.
Yeah. Top 10 private server player after 10 years.
Yeah, well, I guess I can mute myself for another half an hour now. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm searching for this fucking Dalaran Inn and I can never find it.
Dalaran?
Yeah, but it's in Chatrath. Somewhere in Chatrath. I think that there's like only one place left where I didn't check.
What is that even?
I don't know. Some inn or something.
Okay, it's Becky. Well done, and obviously, first off, congratulations on that what looked like quite a comfortable 2-0 victory for you guys. Were you, worried at any point, or did you just feel, confident the entire time?
I feel like we had no worries at all. I mean, we knew it was a good team. Obviously, like Lumex and Hemi are like one of the best, Warrior Druid teams in TBC, I guess. But we were pretty confident.
And then in the first game, it seemed we couldn't work out whether it was a resist on that first kidney shot or a parry, but it was. I assume that was what forced the early pain suppression on yourself.
Yeah, he popped Death Wish, and I held my pains up for a while. But as soon as that kidney resisted, I knew I had to pace myself basically.
Do they have a way to win? Like it's tough to know. I don't really know much about that matchup with Uzbeki. Like, is that a fight, or do you feel like you counter them pretty well? Tree Druid Warrior versus.
I'd say in season 1 it's very hard for them, but they can still win. They need some good RNG regardless, though. If they want to win, I think they need good RNG and things going their way. Maybe those tornadoes hitting us a few times or something. But I think it's pretty hard for them in season 1.
And is that just because the lower Brazil levels, or what goes through your head about season 1 that makes that tougher for him?
I guess druids just don't scale, or like druids scale really good with bonus healing, and they don't get enough of it in season 1, so their healing is kind of scuffed and they go fast.
Absolutely, that is exactly what we saw in the game. The druid went and you applied a lot of crucial and beautifully executed crowd control, if I might add myself. On that note, I wish to express my thanks for coming in for a short post-game interview.
No problem.
You are going up against Icy Fresh in the winner's semifinal. On that note, let's also segue into the next match.
Okay,
we're going to be having Reality and Bobka again.
Yeah, it's empty inside. There's nothing inside of the bubble. Yeah, but where is it though? I can't fucking find it. But the guy just told me it's in Shatra, though, the Dalaran Inn. This is Shatra, dude. And where is it? This I thought this could be it, but this is actually just like Outdoors Bank. I checked the tavern in the lower city, and it's not it. I don't know, dude. Apparently I'm gonna be looking for that fucking Dalaran Inn the whole night. And maybe by the end of the tourney I'll actually manage to find it. Спасибо, Lonely. Я так и думал, но это вообще, по-моему, другое место. Это типа World's End Tavern, по-моему. Я туда типа зашел такой на секунду. Думаю, не то. Или нет? Или да? Или нет? Ну типа это не Dalaran Inn, это другая фигня. Well, anyway. Let's watch some games.
Damage and the priest, exhaust the priest, and you actually do have some.
So what's the next matchup? Lock Rogue against. What are they against?
True, but only when you know what the script is, and you know every single ability people have.
Against some other team, I assume.
So my way of approaching this matchup with my partner Bran would be to run in hyper aggressively. Warlock takes the path of least resistance, running straight to the priest. You run in the path of least resistance, just like how water finds a crack. What's going to happen is...
Да, я видел Lonely, у меня просто задержка на стриме. Я же тут. Yeah, I'm not sure why AZ is not... Oh, shit.
Now, your rogue has to peel you.
I'm not sure why AZ
every second counts, you're getting absolutely monster mashed by that rogue.
Participating.
So he goes into full peel mode. He goes to cheap, into gouge.
This isn't the place.
After he cheap gouge kidney shots that rogue, he moves to the priest and starts putting big pressure on. In that time, you're getting to get started on the priest. You're putting up dots on him. You're trading globals with him. The rogue will soon join you. You fear out of that rogue's kidney
Bro,
shot on the priest.
keep it to the east of Shat.
And what you're trying to do is prevent the gap. What I mean by the gap is
the building there.
Any millisecond, microsecond of time the priest has to breathe, he's going to press one button. What button is he going to press? What button is he pressing? With that one global, pain suppression. So you're preventing the pain suppression at a high level, at a high health total. You want to prevent it as
I don't know, dude. I feel like I've checked every building by now.
And like Trinket's cheap shot immediately pain subs, it can actually put you in a really bad spot. So no gap, you go spell lock, coil spell lock in addition with the rogues combo, and you absolutely just all in the priest, and you pretty much. Sorry if I'm talking too much, by the way. I just love this match.
Oh, they're playing against the Priest Lock.
This matchup, as I previously mentioned, but that
Realities
ladies
team.
And gentlemen, we are going into the match right now. It is going to be Reality against Danny Gaming, aka Dakata. As you can see on your screen, they're about to start very, very soon.
All right, man. I'm super excited. And then pretty much as Bobka, he has to eat one cheap shot, kidney shot by the other rogue and survive that. And as soon as he can survive that, he can cloak off the poisons, he can Hellstone, he can cloak, all the damage stops at that point. But he has to survive through one entire cheap shot, kidney shot combo. And in season 1, you never know. Maybe he doesn't. But most of the time, I'm actually going to go ahead and say Bobka Shade's their favorite here. They've played 2K games, maybe more 3K games with each other. This is their partner. In the Real Thing TVC Classic, they're expert roguelike players. I've talked with them at great length. I'm trying my best to not be biased here, but
also something that I want to mention.
Fuck it, man.
Quick before passing it to Caitlyn, it is indeed a
I'm done looking for that.
Priest, so this is going to be a very, very bursty matchup. Caitlyn,
oh, they're actually playing against Shadow Priest Rogue. Never mind.
I mean, I love Shadow Priest Rogue. I've said it multiple times. I love
Reckless is playing Shadow Priest Rogue. It's pretty cool.
Going on to the rogue, that's going to be bold.
I think Lock Rogue is favored in this matchup, but
also use Desperate Prayer if he wants to. He's just got to wait. I think that was a stone.
I feel like Reckless can
distance he needs as he's out of shadow form as well, going for the heals. But this is
can win this. They're also playing Alliance, which is really good for them, I would say, for the Shadow Priest Rogue. But right now we're seeing pretty much what I thought would happen and why I say that Shadow Priest Rogue gets countered kind of by Lock Rogue. Priest just gets dogged on, even though he's dwarf.
Very chunky, especially as dwarf, but in S1 I'm gonna go ahead and say like heavily unfavored right now for the SPR
this
team
game.
versus Roguelock. He's basically just going to be playing budget disc, as you saw right there. They're just tunneling damage to him. Yes, he has the stone form that keeps him up, and Desperate Prayer is really, really nice and makes it a little bit more interesting, but they're just on the wrong side of the math. He's just running around the pillar.
Guys, if someone could link Cargo's stream, because I'm not sure if it's actually just like Cargo's or it's Cargo's TV or something, I don't know. I don't remember.
The Warlock just goes yeeters and just uses Spellstone and clears it off him in 1 second, you know? Or that forces them to have to stagger the dots and also the silence. So
I think Shadow Priest Rogue just really need a good opener against Lock Rogue, and then they can win. Because if Lock Rogue gets the perfect opener on Shadow Priest Rogue, I feel like they're gonna win every time, even though the Shadow Priest is dwarf.
Yeah, it definitely makes training him down going to be a little bit harder, and you know, I think one of the telling signs from that one is at the end we could see what the cool was like actually on the Shadow Priest, and he basically had everything up. He didn't even get to play the game, you know. So going into this second match, you know, Cargos, what do you think the Shadow Priest can maybe do to get back in and, you know, at least do something slightly more aggressive?
They need to go.
I swear there's no such thing as Dalaran in Chatras. Dude.
Rogue and go Rogue. I think
Well, that's the thing, is they are actually Alliance. They've got the perception, so you know they can go for that aggressive jump onto the Rogue. Arguably, at least, you know, they've got that advantage. I think it was a
What classes are you gonna play in TBC? I'm gonna play Priest to start with, and then I'm not sure. I think I want to play Feral in Season 3, Season 4, maybe. Other than that, maybe Rogue, maybe Warrior. There might be something else. I'm really not sure. I know I'm playing Priest.
So the Shadow Priest's Rogue,
probably on both Alliance and Horde.
Because he can really shut the Rogue down.
But I'm not sure if I'm gonna play any other classes before Season 3 and Season 4. I mean, most likely I will. I'm just not sure what it's, you know, what those classes are gonna be. As I said, it could be Rogue, Warrior, could be Shaman, could be even like some other class. I don't know.
That's my 2 cents. I would like to see them play super hyper aggressive. The Shadow Priest's Rogue, just because they know that they're going to be going for the Shadow Priest. That's what they're doing. They go on, and I would like to see him consider blowing the Rogue up.
And on that note, we are going into the game 2 of the series. They opted into Blade Edge map. Cargos, Caitlin, what do you think is the impact of Blade Edge map in the tiebreaker? Sorry, excuse me, match point.
If I'm the SPR team, I'd probably want to fight up top to start, and then when they get into a situation, as the match develops, they're going to jump down. That's going to make the pet have to run all the way around and delay.
Пока еще не вышел, а уже турики, или не так понял, но это уже 3-й турнир, да. Но это не официальные турики. Это типа так, любительские.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cargo said exactly, you know, what I was thinking. You know, when you play up top and you've got that Warlock pet.
Our game 2 is about to start.
Basically out of the game for the next sort of 10 to 12 seconds. It won't be able to spell lock you. It won't be able to, you know.
I'm really surprised to see. Oh, never mind. Or is it actually? I was gonna say, because we played some skirmishes before the actual tourney to warm up. I just woke up like an hour ago or so. And I was really surprised to see that Reality's team were playing Horde. I don't know if they still are Horde. It seems they are. That's really strange to me. I thought for sure they would be Alliance. Like, I think Alliance is better.
Getting some meaningful damage onto the Priest, Divine Prayer, Desperate Prayer already
anyway,
still getting absolutely trained.
Bobka trinkets the kidney into a full blind. I guess Reckless is gonna want to try to sap, but at this point it seems like he's out of vanishes, so... No, never mind, he actually gets the sap off. So I guess they're gonna go Rogue at this point, because the Warlock is full HP and the Rogue is sapped, and they're gonna get a cheap shot kidney on him. I think he dies here, as long as Shadow Priest does some damage and doesn't die.
then Bobka sat the blind. I forget if he trinketed something.
Nope, doesn't die, not even close.
And I think that might have been
And Shadow Priest pushes all the way in the open and just dies.
Yeah, him walking all the way
I
back
think
in
this
there,
is
just waddling right in the middle of all that
over for Reckless, and they're going to the losers bracket.
It's kind of questionable, right? Like you maybe would have
Actually, never mind.
played a little bit slower.
Bobka dies, and I'm sure Reckless can pull this one off. He has Cloak in 45 though. He needs to be really like careful to not get stuck at these ledges or whatever these are, and especially like the rib case over here.
The rogue, if played perfectly, can almost always win.
He dies.
But he got the agony off on the rogue. Cloak is already down. It's already over. Like it all came down to getting those dots. If you round those corners perfectly, as
So
a
this is
rogue,
2-0 for Bobka's
you
team,
can
and they're
slowly claw
advancing
your way out of the mud and come back.
to winners semifinals.
Those dots on him there with no cloak, and that
And
was
Reckless
night.
team is gonna be in the losers bracket, facing the loser of Lock Priest against Rogue Mage matchup. And Лис уже умер. Ну, наверное, да. Ну или если еще нет, то почти уже, как минимум.
They're awesome people. But yo, shout out to Danny Gaming. Like definitely well played. You know, Reckles. Any Reckles fans in the chat by chance? Reckles, a lot of fans. He's on
Поискать кастеров через таргет и Mindvision посмотреть, где стоят. Это, кстати, неплохая идея. Только я не знаю, как у них ники. В этом проблема. Do you think Pharaoh is gonna be a thing even with the power shift energy nerf? I think so, yeah. I mean, power shift energy nerf is annoying, but it's not like it completely disables your class or anything. It makes it, you know, quite a bit worse, I guess, but it's probably gonna be playable still. And like, yeah, you know, more than just playable. Probably decent, at least in Season 3, Season 4.
Yep,
or just Season 4.
So many channels. There we go. I got him. I pushed him in. Congratulations, Reality, mate. You've got to be feeling happy right about now.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a cleaner game for sure. There were a few mistakes I made, but like overall.
I mean, in the second game, one of the, the pre-vanish from Bobka, as Kargos pointed out, was an absolutely, you know, a stellar little play. Feels bad, you know, to Kuro Kargos. I mean, he can
like even on stream, they're not showing where they are now, so I can't see. I can see their names. I can see their location.
So nice to see.
I don't know, dude. Whatever. I'm just giving up on this shit.
Nice execution, man. It was a little spooky on that game on Blade's Edge though when that priest slipped away from you. How did Bobka get sapped? What happened? It was actually looking bad for a second there.
Yeah.
Близы вряд ли будут какие-то турики делать, им похуй. Ну, скорее всего, да.
Or like try to keep the rogue in combat, and I was like back and forth about it. So I was like a little hesitant when I should have been like Rain of Firing or Hell Firing that to prevent that. But eventually, we got the trinket out of the rogue, so we knew we could eventually peel him off and dot to cover the dispel and kill the priest, and that's what ended up.
What's this tourney? This is some TVT tourney hosted by Farkface,
If that dwarf priest
Fark TV,
changed his talents around,
sponsored by Rested XP, which I believe is like an add-on that's like that's a guide also, or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but it's something related to like in-game kind of add-on, or you know, guide for leveling in TBC.
Reality, that was an amazing series. You won clean 2-0. Good job representing the NA. You're making them proud. You are promoted in the semifinals of the winners bracket. Next match we have Villerton against Riva. Who do you expect to see joining you in the semis of the winners bracket?
I mean, it's hard to bet against Riva, man. He won the Asmi Gold tournament. This dude is hungry. Like, but again, Bob Willertons is also a gamer, so it's gonna be a great match, regardless of who wins.
He is, yeah. Willertons is.
I don't know. This seems to be the place,
really
but
good player.
they aren't here. It's some band.
Energy Man and Sim Shady and all them. They have their own little squad.
Having a gig
very good
in the tavern.
So this is gonna be a good one, I think.
This is going to be
no interviewers or casters to be found.
Congratulations again.
Yeah, congratulations again, and thank you for coming here. This is going to be a hype matchup. A lot of you know Willington. A lot of you know Riva.
Okay, so the next game is Priest Warlock.
While I'm doing the last ready check. Caitlin,
against Rogue Mage. Riva and Avishan, and Rogue Mage against Willerton and Lamarcky. Or Lamarcky. Lamarcky. I don't know how his name is pronounced, but yeah, that guy. I'd say Priest Warlock have good chances against that. But I think the Rogue Mage is like a better team. They've been playing the game for longer, especially I think Lamarcky just started playing TBC. I've seen him playing a lot on the beta.
Yo, Bogdan.
He's been getting some practice for sure. Hold on. Yeah, what's up?
Do you know when it's our turn?
I don't. I assume after this game, maybe? After this series?
Yeah, I think agreed from the start that
yeah.
DPL is gonna be
unless they do lower bracket first.
Season 1,
yeah.
and I think this might be the beginning of something.
Could you ask them maybe? Could I ask them? I don't know how to.
Which is completely possible.
Where do I message them?
Even if he doesn't win, making top 3 today, he gets some money, and he.
I guess I can message them on Discord.
You can do this.
Deservedly, deserved clout, but I think it's gonna propel DPL into the next level of perception of what is a competitive tournament winning 2s team.
Yeah, I'm curious how he's going to build it too. Sometimes you can splash into Shadow. Sometimes you can
that player doesn't exist.
And some crucial
okay, I'll ask him.
The fact that he's dwarf is actually a huge deal. It's a humongous deal, right, chat? Like, I'm sure there's some big brains in the chat. The fact that he's dwarf is so big here. I remember talking to Genghis, talking to Spank, talking to all these big brains. They were saying Alliance DPL is so incredibly strong, and it's because against the really good teams, they're just going to kill your priest, and they're going to all in your priest, and being dwarf and being able to have that.
Привет, Богдан, что за турик так пришел? Привет, Блонда. Турнир 2 на 2.
DPL is going to win.
DPL is going to win. Okay,
so,
let's get into this one.
I think the Rogue Mage is gonna try to kill the priest. And they're gonna like chip shot kidney him, force the trinket with kidney, and blind his trinket. That's what I think their strategy is for this matchup, for this game. I really doubt they want to go lock, though they could do it. And they might do it, so we'll see. But I think they want to just go priest, blind his trinket. Never mind, they're going lock.
Really fast. Excuse me, Willerton, and they're going to be dashing some.
Willerton is taking a lot of damage.
The damage is through the roof, but there is an early PS.
PS goes off. This is looking really good for Priest Warlock.
Himself interrupted whatsoever, and just applying that damage.
Rig is gonna have to cloak now.
Yeah, he is going down. This is super clutch. He's low. If he goes down,
Warlock takes a lot of damage there.
Damn, Riva, mon Dieu, c'est quoi? Coming from the Switzerland, executing perfectly 1-0.
That's not even supposed to happen like that.
Fast. Told you don't.
A good
man.
rogue mage.
The Riva.
Is so different from just a medium one, bro. I remember
that was a lot of damage on the Warlock, man. I must say.
Ugly Betty. We played them on both the TR and on Windrunner, and I'm telling you, there was something special about.
I don't know. He doesn't answer, man.
They would hit the spikiest, most.
You can maybe ask him on Discord.
I've ever seen that just global you, legit global you, and like a good rogue mage can kind of just. I don't know, maybe win no matter what if you're able to do that with perfect synergy. I mean, they just did so much damage to that Warlock. Did he even get pain supped? I don't even think so.
He got pain supped straight after the sap. I mean, I'm just gonna jump. That was Hogwarts, the mage by any chance? I think I've come across him a few times. He's a nasty opponent. But yeah, I think what was maybe an error there from Willerton was splitting up as much as they were. That allowed.
I'm trying to think if Priest Warlock could still do anything. If they, I guess the Priest was in a situation where Mage probably had the CS up and he couldn't really cast, and he was like scared to get locked.
With the pre-vanish,
maybe Rogue still even had the step kick too.
The sap had gone off, He can't trinket the sap because he's just going to get.
But it seems to me that if the priest is able to get that PS off right after the sap, before he gets blinded into like a blanket or some shit, they should be fine. I'm not sure though. Warlocks are really squishy with this gear, and yeah, Rogue Mage is able to put out a lot of damage.
It's more out in the open. You can't really kite as effectively. So this is going to be even tougher. But at the same time, double DPS kind of they're kind of like.
It seemed like I really thought that Priest Warlock were in good shape after the sap. Warlock was like 50% HP. I assume full wounds. This interface really isn't that good. You can't see casts on anything. You can see buffs, so it's kind of hard to tell what's happening in the game actually.
How the damage is now and can course correct. I don't know. I still think DPL is favored versus Rogue Mage, especially when Dwarf, but I don't know. We'll see.
Богдан, ты часто используешь именно фейт первого ранга или только Renew Stamina ТД? Я вообще фейт не использую, мне нет бинда, но надо сделать фейт нормальная тема. Он дешевый.
Bullets are raining all over that spot. Let's see what's going to happen on this map. It is Ruins of Lordaeron. 1-0. This is a match point. If Riva and Avishan manage to secure a victory, they will be promoted and they will be facing a reality in the winner's bracket. I'm so stoked. Chat, I hope you're with us. I hope you're hyped as well.
Who's having fun, by the way, dude? This is a hell of a week.
This is so amazing. This is so amazing. If you're a fan of World of Warcraft, even if you just play PvE, you love to see it. You love to see TBC PvP is back in action, and you can see Avishan is going out very, very aggressively in the corner tactically. Right
It seems like Avishan is gonna be able to avoid getting found there. But Willerton, he's not going in.
There's the sap and
Just gets sapped and they open the Warlock again.
They're pumping him like a gas station right now. Geralt, he cannot cast, and there is the ultimate damage coming on Willerton. There is early pain suppression on Willerton as well.
Really PI already at this point.
LOS Riva. But Riva with the clutch missiles
and go for fear on the rogue as soon as possible, which is what he did. This is good.
But he is in full fear
it's a full fear on the rogue. This is looking good for them, but the priest just needs to heal. I guess Mage is just holding CS and doesn't let the priest heal.
He cannot do anything, and there is Avishan. Execute! Eviscerate crit.
Good job there by Avi. He blinded the flesh shield. Riva had no CS for it. And then chip shot at the trinket. I guess he would also kidney. And the priest, the warlock died around that time. It was really important that Avishan stops that flesh shield, and he did. I think he had no step kick because he had just stepped at the warlock to the warlock. But he still had the blind, and he blinds the cast. He denies the heal, and the warlock goes down.
That is through the roof, and in 1 second we will be back to see what does the leaderboard say. We have fixed second set of brackets.
Куличи, в твоей папке с аддонами есть LS контроль рабочий, или ты не обновлял линк? Кстати, с тобой вопрос нет возможности проверять сейчас. Есть, да. Really appreciate your Pharaoh gameplay. Tell me, Uz, will you have a Pharaoh on TPC? I think I will in Season 3 or Season 4. Not before that though. I find Pharaoh before Season 3 really boring to play and not too strong either. Just, I don't really enjoy it. Not nearly as much as I enjoy Pharaoh like Season 3, Season 4. Really Season 4.
By the time the rogue actually gets to them, maybe half of the sap duration, the first 4 seconds have just been used up by pure travel time.
В описании для пиратки.
So far ahead and so spread apart as it literally takes time for the rogue to get onto him, and as a result this time.
Okay, I wonder if we're up next, or they're gonna do losers bracket first.
Yep. Well played, man. DPL going down. You hate to see it, but
right.
I mean, it's Riva.
Caitlin, could you get
Who do we want to see in the finals, by the way, guys? This is going to be a Mir versus Riva finals, and you told me something crazy the other day, Fark. Maybe you want to tell the people about it, because they may not know. about the rivalry?
Well, yeah, there is a little bit of rivalry going on in the TBC beta because the first tournament that was organized and hosted on TBC beta was the Asmongold 3v3 Invitational, where in fact Raiwa was the one who claimed the first prize.
How much cash prize? Not much. It's like $350 or $500 or something like that.
Veteran, it was Mir who managed to get the first place.
It's like overall.
So right now they're meeting in a 2v2 tournament again.
Prize pool.
Likely, hopefully, but not. This is the last tournament that we have.
Not for rank 1, you know.
Technically speaking, this
or not for first place, I guess.
Yep. So they both won a
total.
Tournament, and you know they're amazing players. They kind of have big egos too. Like they have a title to defend. They have this reputation for being so successful on private servers, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, retail players are better than the private server players, or trash," and all this. And this is they're definitely going to care a lot about this match if it comes down to it. Finals between Riva and Mir. Riva, Mir, Uzbeki. Oh man!
Speaking about Riva, Caitlin, can we get a little bit of a post-game interview, please?
Yep, I've just got him here. Just dragging him now. Oh, well, again, congratulations, Riva, man.
I think I'm gonna eat after the next series of ours, which I hope is now, because I also, like, my parents are coming to town tonight, anytime now actually, and they need to, I need to like give them the keys from the summer house.
You seem to certainly have, hit your stride when it comes
and
to
they're supposed to come really anytime now.
Were you that nervous going in against this comp, or?
So I hope that doesn't happen when I'm in the actual game.
I mean, usually Rogue Mage they go on priest, right? So
let me actually call them and ask. What's up?
We got. So we decided to go on the luck then and tunnel him forever. Stack 5 wounds and just tunnel and do a lot of damage. Hold my CS for the priest, so he couldn't do anything apart from shielding and pressing instant spells. So yeah.
Riva, félicitations. That was a beautiful, beautiful performance. Everyone was betting on the Lock Priest. I was kind of
a counter comp, that's why.
Yeah, especially as dwarf, right? With dwarf, and you guys being human too, so those fears, those psychic screams are just going to be that much punishing for you as well.
And I don't know if you saw it, but the last fear on Drunes on my rogue didn't play the beta, right? So he was like, yeah, I saw the fear coming, but I wanted to sit it because I had full dot on me. So he thought that it would break, right? And it didn't break, so it was a bit unfortunate, but we still won. So.
Well played, man. How would you feel about a Mir final versus you, Riva? Do you think you can take him as your current setup with Rogue Mage?
Oh, I think if we win next game and he wins next game, we're gonna face each other even before the finals. So I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
You're gonna beat Mir Uzbeki, dude?
It's gonna be. I mean, I played so many finals against them, so it's not gonna be the first. I think it's the 4th tournament that we facing each other in. I mean, in finals, if we face each other in finals. So yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, well, thanks for jumping up, mate. I do apologize for jumping on you, but
no, it's all fine. All good. All good. Thank you.
And we will see you in the semi-finals. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man. Big Riva in the house. You love to see.
Let's see what we have for the next matchup. We're in the losers bracket. We're going to have Jigsaw against Himeo. That means Rogue Mage into Warrior Druid.
How much time do we have? We have 1 minute to run a commercial real quick?
Okay, they're doing losers bracket. BRB guys.
We have both players currently ready.
Okay, all good.
I'm doing the last ready checks. Caitlin, gun to your head. Warrior Druid into Rogue Mage. Who do you see winning?
Oh, this is a tricky one. I mean, you've certainly got the alliance racials on the side of the warrior druid. If you want to be doing a warrior druid against a rogue mage, so you want to be the gnome and you want to be the night elf, you definitely you want that escape artist. I think it's going to come down to how this pressure, if they can get pressure onto the druid early on, if they could just keep the warrior controlled and damage onto the druid, then we could be seeing a very short game. However, I've been thoroughly impressed with Himo's apologies, Himio's performance against Uzbeki Emir, his shadow melding, his just general positioning and movement has been fantastic. So I would be very surprised if he gets caught out. But I mean, what about you, Cargus? What are you looking to expect here?
So okay, you guys hear about TBC having counter comps, right? Rogue Mage against Warrior Druid is one of the most severe and extreme counter comps. The Rogue Mage just keeps the Warrior like perma CC'd. He cannot play the game at all like he wants to, and it's so frustrating and so cringe for the Warrior Druid team that they just short circuit if they fight too many Rogue Mages. So they are heavily unfavored here, the Warrior Druid team. Keep that in mind. It's still winnable. I've watched enough Aussie God X to see him crawl out, and scrape victories from the bottom of the barrel here. But just know that going into this, that the Warrior Druid is really unfavored. So
I mean, if you think the Warrior Druid is unfavored, we need to play some Warrior Shaman against some Rogue Mage, and then you get to feel some real imbalanced comps. But yeah, we are going to go into this first match here, and as always, starting in Nagrand. I'm very curious to see what this Druid decides to do, whether he's going to go for the cat form. I don't think he will. He doesn't seem to be confident. Well, we'll get straight away into the tree. So here we go. Early regrowths, getting those hots up, and we'll probably see some early aggression, maybe from Lumix as well. He seems to be favoring that style.
yeah, I don't know. Is tree form better here than our Druid? I want to say no, but
I mean, it's just a little bit safer. He can't be sapped. He does have a bit of armor. He can shadow meld, and he's not so much at a risk of getting caught out by perception. You know, if he was in cat, he can get caught out by perception, and then he hasn't got, you know, the additional armor and the additional healing that he gets from tree. But here we go, straight onto the Druid, and some very nice line of sight instantly from them, taking advantage of the pillar straight away.
Ooh, look at that little band-aid on the Rogue. Just like the match just started, he's already going for a band-aid as a double DPS. You can just really feel that that they know this game so well that they know that that's an appropriate time to do that. They're just controlling the Warrior sitting in Novas. He's so frustrated. That little gnome just chilling in the Nova forever. Probably going to get polyed now. Drew just getting absolutely trained in tongue.
Alright, so what do we got here? Deadly's team against Lumix, Rogue Mage against Warrior Druid. I think Rogue Mage is supposed to win. They counter the Warrior Druid, and I'm pretty sure Deadly's team can do it. Or Jigsa's team.
Oh, it's painful to watch, actually.
I guess I should say.
It feels so hopeless oftentimes for the Warrior Druid.
It is painful to watch. I agree with
well played a bit. Like you can tell they were trying their very best to,
one of the commentators.
To not get punished. Like you mentioned before, Lumix ducked around that pillar, just the LOS that sheep, doing everything they can to stem the relentless.
It's really unfortunate. It seems for Lumix. They faced us in the first series of theirs. Dropped to the lower bracket where they face Rogue Mage that counters them. Kind of unfortunate.
A 2v2 tournament with money on the line, it's actually a low representation for Warrior teams in general. But you know, never say never. I mean, they can still win here. It's not.
Should Priest go Aldor or Scryer? I think Aldor is better.
Picking Nagrand, I'm quite surprised by that. I was expecting to see Blade's Edge, you know, get a little bit of distance and use that bridge to jump up and down, and especially play around the water elemental. But I mean, I don't think certainly the first sort of opening 15 second looked quite promising for the Druid. You know, he was getting away, but eventually I think he needed to maybe pull away from that pillar, do something that at least pulls the mage. Because the mage at that point is either then the mage can either sit on the warrior, keep polying him, or he can follow up onto the Druid and do damage. He's got to make a decision. He won't be able to keep polying and DPSing the Druid if the Druid goes to the opposite pillar and stays on the opposite side of that pillar. He can't just stand in the middle and hit both of them. He's got to make a decision. You know, he probably will stick with the CC and leave it down to his rogue, but it's better than having both of them on top of you as a Druid. So I'll be intrigued to see what they do and how they adapt into this coming match.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Man, I just don't know what you even do here.
I mean, I think, as I said, I'd like to see them play split pillars, you know, one on the left, one on the right, get the distance, you know, you don't want to be seeing double novas. You don't want to be seeing both, you know, the druid and the warrior getting hit by novas. Obviously, that's quite challenging. You know, when you're trying to DPS as the warrior, you've got to pick your time to go in and out, and you know, dart in and out. But I think there was a little bit too much of a cluster in the previous match, and I'd like to see that druid use the girth of this map, use the distance and his natural mobility, rather than just, you know, playing up, going for the pillar hump. But we will see how they go in as they start this match now. And again, it looks like he's sat in his tree form quite comfortably with some pre-hots. He knows the damage is coming his way, and we're looking for an opener here from the rogue.
Mage is flirting with the druid. Rogue about to open up here. He's in bear form, which is nice. He's not in tree. He's not in cat. He has regrowth and rejuve ticking on him. So this damage, as you're seeing, his health isn't like, he's not getting bursted really so much right now. He actually has all the proactive healing applied, which is quite nice. Still hasn't cleared blind on anyone yet. And that's still good. Ooh, nice feral charge to duck around the corner there. What do you think, eh?
Yeah, no, there was a really nice fear from Lumix there, most importantly, hitting the pet, reducing the number of novas he's going to get and the damage the pet's going to do. And that's a very aggressive blink that can be cross-pummeled if he's not careful. And I think it was actually a very nice cross-pummel onto that polymorph. He's still in it, and again, full. We look onto the feral charge, stopping it was fake casted on the polymorph, so Lumix is going to have to sit, but he's certainly looking more healthy, and we're seeing what we wanted to see. He's playing both pillars very, very tactically at the moment.
Yeah, this is looking really good. They stemmed all that initial tempo and burst, but here's the thing that's so brutal.
Your accent is so fucking sexy.
Just resetting it, you know, just kind of resetting the health totals right here. Mage food is seriously.
This is very surprising to me, actually, like, because you're not the first, you know, person to say this. People are complimenting me on my voice or accent, or I mean accent, I guess, is like, yeah, I get it. Like, I'm a Russian, right? And you expect the strong Russian accent, and then when you don't hear it, you'd be like, what? Because literally all Russians have that accent. Well, not all of us, but you know, most of us, I guess. But the voice, I never really understood. I never thought I had like sexy voice, or not sexy, even like soothing, or you know, whatever. Yeah, people tell me that though. I don't know, because they know better.
Amazing reflect there on the polymorph, forcing the ice block, and the ice block was straight into a cyclone. They are just slowing down this.
Like how War Druid is supposed to win Rogue Mage in TBC. Trash's 3 expansion so far, 0 balance, fully brain dead mechanics.
Even while he's under pressure, still knowing that he needs to do that.
I don't necessarily agree, man. I mean, it's not too balanced, sure, especially twos.
The feral charges are so creative.
It's not perfectly balanced or even close to that, but it's still fun to play.
Before the opener started on him, it's really helping.
Some matchups are really boring and like, yeah, lame, I guess.
The mage has almost had a mana as well.
I agree with you on that, but it is what it is. I don't know.
Just chill stealth, get a eat back up the full. Mage has Evo. Still, I think that they're looking better than the Druid Warrior potentially. They can swing it.
Yeah, I think they just need to.
By the way, are these games occurring right now, or is it replay? Yeah, it's all live.
That's fine, but we've got Fear coming back up for the war in 25 seconds, which can be.
Rocket Boots work in Arena. I am not sure. They should work in Season 1, I guess. They used to work in Season 1, so they might do it this time around.
He was gonna Evo there, right? If it wasn't for the NATO, I think he was gonna Evo. He finally got around the corner.
Dude, Lumix just got thrown by a tornado right next to the mage.
That was a deliberate play there. That was not RNG. He chose to take the tornado.
Oh, that's a good intercept. Really good. Well done there by the Warrior Druid.
Best game of the tournament right now. I actually love this game. That was so sick. The Druid doing everything in his power to swing this horribly unfavored matchup to in their favor, getting the preemptive healing with the regrowth and rejuve right as they're making their go on them, right? The Warrior preventing that mage. He knows that Evo is down, is not been used, right? Like that's a cooldown you're very much keeping in the front of your mind. Mage has not evocated right now. He wants to Evo, doing everything in his power to stop him from doing it. Then that clutch tornado, he finally got distance from that Warrior and was about to pull the trigger on the Evo and couldn't because the
Okay, so there's gonna be like one more game here in this series, and then at least 2 more in the other series, the losers bracket, and I guess then it'll be our turn to play. I'm just trying to think if I have enough time to go get something to eat, because I woke up just a while ago, guys. I haven't even eaten today.
You know, Lumix sees the opportunity, sees the tornado, and just bounces himself literally.
Any tips for Rogue Disc and twos?
In a matter of seconds.
Not sure, man.
Is so fun.
You know, play good, do the right thing, do what needs to be done, assist one another, be coordinated.
Both teams to their name. Cargos and Caitlyn, this is all yours.
Oh man, I mean, I think we both came.
Brig Mage is a better matchup
and I think my expectations
than Hunter Druid. At least it is somewhat quick. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Warrior is clearly a great player too, but
I personally would prefer to play against Hunter Druids as Warrior Druid
was so high impact
than Rogue Mages.
I mean, the feral charges. When you play against Druid, do you notice that there's like a bit of creativity on how you use the feral charge? Like it just yoinks the momentum back in your favor so quickly sometimes if you do a creative feral charge, and you kind of okay.
Hi, what props will you take for Priest?
And somebody breaks your ankles.
I think I have a command for that.
They juke you to break your ankles and you fall over. That's a feral charge feels like a good one, right? It makes people, it breaks their ankles and takes them in the wrong direction.
Cargos, I don't know really about that, but in the Eastern Europe, the ankle break you.
I see. Who's gonna win, chat? Who predictions, chat? Warrior Druid or Rogue Mage, chat? Throw it in there. Make some noise. Show who you're supporting. Let's get some. Let's get some hype, boys.
I mean, I want to see this Warrior Druid go through now. I don't think I've been impressed by. I wish we had an interrupt count for how many polymorphs got cross pummeled, got intercepted. You know, the cyclone.
That would be cool if you ignore Fun Trash, Horde, and Main Alliance.
Timings, you know,
it's not really like, I mean, you know.
Let's see, indeed, my friends.
Horde is like fun because you have Will of the Forsaken, right? I guess. Although fun isn't really the appropriate term here. The game's like
catching the Druid in caster form though.
50 years old. Oh, he intervenes the kidney. That was really good.
The kidney shot off of the Druid. The Druid is now completely free.
Rogue has no cloak now, no trinket. If Lumix manages to top himself here and they deny the next opener by the Rogue, which doesn't happen unfortunately. Oh, double cheap shot. Lumix NS's. He still has trinket for kidney, but Deadly doesn't want a kidney, it seems. He just wants to kill him here. Oh, and then he dies. That's really unfortunate. I was kind of cheering for the Warrior Druid, to be honest. Would be really like fun to, you know, to see them advance. Not that I'm against Jigsaw's team or whatever. You know, Deadly's a friend of mine, but it just would be really nice to see Warrior Druid win this and advance forward. Tailoring not worth it for the gear? I don't think so. That would be cool if, but I mean, yeah, to get back to what I was saying about ratios. Yeah, Horde is kind of OP because of Will. Like, Will is really overpowered, but some comps are still better on Alliance, and I'm personally going to be playing Alliance. Like, I have a Priest at level 60 right now, it's on Alliance. I'm going to have a Horde Priest as well at some point, probably soon after I ding my Alliance Priest. I'll make a Horde one. But I'm still starting with, you know, an Alliance character. It's going to be my main character, I guess. I'm not sure. But at least it's gonna be like my first character.
Caitlyn, while transitioning in our last match of
the
bracket, the best of 3 series, we would like to hear a little bit from Himeo playing that Warrior Druid comp.
I don't know, Alliance is pretty good, dude. Alliance is good for some comps.
I will just drag
better than Horde, actually.
Right up
and like Season 1,
welcome to the
human rogues are probably better overall than undead rogues.
One of the single most impressive performances I've seen.
Like most of the time, I guess.
You know, in 10 years of playing TBC.
Are these live games? Yes,
you know,
yes.
Absolutely fantastic second game.
Thank you. It was intense.
Beautiful performance coming from the Warrior Druid. Sadly, you didn't win the last tiebreaker. nonetheless, thank you so much for participating in this tournament. It was nice to see some representation coming from Europe, especially coming from French community. A little bit of departing words from you. Let's promote you a little bit, you and your partners, social media and streaming channels. If anybody wants to find you, where should they go?
Yeah, so we're streaming both with Lumix. His channel is Lumix Live. He's playing mainly Warrior. On TBC is very good. Even Gladiator on most serve. So just give him a follow, it will be nice. And for me, it's Imeo TBC. And yes, we are playing together since years, and it was a very good tournament.
Yeah, like a man for gear.
Against these guys. Very cool.
Well played. Hey man, it's nice to meet you, man. The whole chat was rooting for you, man. We were feeling your pain together, fighting a rogue mage as Warrior Druid.
Yeah.
Just like you're fighting for your life, man, and you don't have anything to work with. And you had some sick feral charges, the Veen on the kidney shot, some really flashy plays, man. Honestly, I'm a Hime fan after today for sure, man. Amazing play.
Thank you.
Сегодня еще больше играть. Да, у нас сейчас будут игры в брекете лузеров. Еще одна серия. Потом наш.
Yeah, it was really intense, and we already faced Jigsaw and Deadly in the past, and these guys are really good. Oh, they will
Perception is nuts on alley. No war bis. I'm not sure about no war being bis in TBC Classic, to be honest.
The religion is
It's
full
pretty
of
good,
shit.
right?
The money is printed on toilet paper. Fame is worthless.
It's the ratio is not as good as it was on like private servers where it couldn't resist, at least in some private servers. Here, it's gonna have like 30-40% chance of being resisted and just being completely useless. So it's not as good. I would say Dwarf is probably better overall, but I'm not sure. Like, Dwarf is certainly better if you're playing with a Priest or Paladin or Shaman, but if you're playing with a Druid, Gnome could be better, but I think even with a Druid, like, Dwarf could be better overall. Is Nova fixed? I heard it was fixed, yeah. But I'm not sure, I haven't played in a long time. Thanks for the tier 1 sub, Millie Hunt. Appreciate it, man.
DPL versus SPR. Ooh.
Oozb, since you have some time for questions, can you tell me what's your opinion on twerking?
The priest being dwarf. It's a really interesting.
I don't know, dude.
Very entertaining. I don't know, Kate. What do you think? Initial thoughts? Who's gonna take it?
I'm a big fan of twerking. I watch about 15 twerking videos every night at least before I go to bed, and I just I love it, man. I don't know. Whenever I see someone twerk, that reminds me of my, of my infinite nature, and my heart is just joyous.
You imagine they want to, kill the go straight onto
so
the priest, the discipline priest,
watch them all the time, every day, all day.
But I just don't know whether, with Spellstone.
What did you think about Lumix Tornado trick? It was pretty cool. I don't know if he did it on purpose, I didn't see, but if he did, it was really good because he got right on top of the mage.
I just remember having conversations with Genghis, right, and Spank and some of the big brains.
And then he intercepted him, forced the blink, and after the blink, Jigsaw started casting Poly, got charged on it, but even if he didn't get charged on it, he got charged by the Druid, which held them in place, and then Lumix intervened again on top of the mage. It was really well done by them there. And if he did that tornado thing on purpose, that was like really good.
That could be some season 1 action. Maybe that's just some Riva action that they were able to get there. But
well, undoubtedly Riva is, a true master of the mage class. But I think one of the big significant factors is the nature of the damage as well. Obviously, Warlocks, they have that Shadow Ward, they have the Spellstone, and the Shadow Priest is going to be looking for those dots. So they've effectively, got to put up 2 sets of damage. and they're going to be playing into that shadow protection, which they can dispel, but I'm not sure whether as the shadow priest rogue, how long do you want to spend trying to get rid of that shadow protection? If you get it in your first dispel, then you're laughing. But 2, 3, 4 dispels in, you've spent nearly 1,000 mana, and you haven't got it. They're still going to be sitting there with over 70 shadow res. That's a really significant buffer against any damage that they're looking to do. But we will be going into this match now on Nagrand, obviously, and I think I'm passing.
So what's the next game? Shadow Priest Rogue against Priest Warlock.
I believe this is Cargos, and I will take over for the next
I'd say Priest Warlock have good chances of winning this.
To take this one while you do have a little bit more experience on the priest part, especially.
So who do you think's going to take a chat? We have, again, just to clarify, we have SPR, Shadow Priest Rogue versus Discipline Priest Lock. They both are Alliance teams, I believe. Right? They're both Alliance. Yeah, they're both Alliance. Curious your thoughts, chat. We're going to go ahead and pass it over to the game now. Like I said, I'm going to predict DPL here. We got Willertons and Lamarcky on the DPL. And we have Reckles, the Polish prodigy, with that is Danny Gaming, right? Yeah.
Yep, it is indeed Danny. I mean, I think it's going to come down to
yeah, he did. He said that's now Iolin. Well, good job then. I guess you're talking about limits.
From a time frame, it is milliseconds, but
Who are the spectators?
The pace of the game in such a
if you mean casters, it's Cargos, Fark, I believe, or it's just Cargos and Caitlyn.
Absolutely. Here we go. Coming out of the gate.
Or maybe it's Fark, Cargos, and Caitlyn.
I'm not entirely sure. Willerton likes to just jump around on the little kitty cat mount, just chilling, looking like not a care in the world. Look, an early vanish on Reckles to get the sap on the priest seemed like an kind of unnecessary vanish. I wonder.
Right, so it seems like Shadow Priest Rogue wants to go after the Warlock.
So they're putting damage on the
Not a big fan of this strategy, to be honest.
I don't see the Shadow Priest getting much work done on the priest, man. Okay, he's eating the fear. Choose to eat it. That's monk-ass. Can't he sap out that? No way. Don't get sap it. Oh no.
It's a short sap on the priest. The Warlock might survive this. I think he will. Oh, he gets silenced though. Apparently there was like no Devour. I don't know if they get really bad RNG, but the priest had full fear and then full silence as well.
He was just going to end up sitting in a blind, so I don't know whether. I mean, it just looked textbook. But
but blind was used though earlier already, right? So he trinketed the blind, I guess, and then had to eat the fear into the sap. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. I mean, the start was particularly interesting. From Reckles, what we saw was he went for a sap onto the Warlock, a Shadow Step sap onto the Warlock. He then got broken out by the Feral Hunter that was on aggressive, so he then vanished and sapped the priest who hadn't got the opportunity to cast on the Feral Hunter and get into combat himself. So he did this little bunny hop.
Do you have a Season 1 Biz guide? No, I don't. I don't have any guides. And what's even Season 1 Biz guide? Like, what would that be? You mean?
Perception. Lock was in the way, so we did one.
You mean Season 1 gear? Like Biz list? Or an actual guide? Or I don't know, dude. Whatever it is, I don't have it. I have like the Season 1 best in slot list for priest. That's about it.
Just the shadow resist or whatever. Like, if
hey, do you have a
resisted,
dude? There's so many questions about this BIS listing. Sure. Season 1 BIS. Какое у тебя отношение к этим торнадо на арене? Ну, мне кажется, это полная хуйня. Типа, это, наверное, весело иногда на ладере, но если, типа, играть... Если говорить о каком-то... Не знаю, как на русском правильно сказать.
He is actually going to play a Shadow Priest rather than a pseudo Discipline Priest like he did in the previous matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Feeling confident. When you play Shadow, oftentimes it feels like the majority of the time you're playing budget disc anyway, because you're not in Shadow form, as you noted, Kate. So it's like,
ну, типа,
I don't know.
Если говорить о каких-то нормальных играх, в плане там компетитив игры, соревновательный аспект, не знаю, как сказать, короче, на русском, ну, типа, вот, все, что включает какое-то, типа... какую-то компетитив составляющую, турниры, игры там на хай-рейте, то вот в этом случае торнадо полная хуйня. А так, типа, Если там речь идет об играх на 2К, там на 1800 на ладере, то похер, типа, ну, наверное, иногда даже весело может быть. Но если речь о турнирных играх или о играх на хай-рейте, там, играх на ранг и все такое, то это полная хуйня, на мой взгляд.
So, getting the sap on the priest there on Lamarcky. Opening up hard on the lock. As of right now, he's going to fear out of that sap. Oh, coils, so it doesn't line up perfectly. There's a gap, and Lamarcky slips away. Massive.
That coil was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the coil was not bad, yeah.
He wasn't in position to fear, so he blinded
Maybe he could spell lock blanket, could have been better. I feel like it's good to save coil for the rogue here. Actually, nah, never mind. The coil was alright. They really should
Rogues, because there's no bleeds or anything, a cloak
should burn the priest here, I think.
So if,
Like yeah, nice. They're burning the priest. Their job here, like when the rogue cloaks and vanishes away like this, their job is to burn and like get really offensive on the priest. They kind of did that, I guess. They thought them, started burning that. That's good.
Honestly, he has no cloak. He has dots on him. Just lethal on board. The priest can. Yeah, it's over.
I mean,
I don't know. I think Priest Warlock should win this, honestly.
Is Death Coil. I mean,
they win this game.
You know,
so the next game is going to decide.
If they landed
I guess
the CC train that they were going for, as in, you know, they're going to go for the sap, full dispel, then into a fear, then into the blind. You know, he's got to trinket something.
Who's going to stay in the tourney?
An absolutely phenomenal Death Coil, forcing the priest away and giving, you know, Lamarcky that distance he needs so he can just run away and not get feared. You know, what a phenomenal choice of a use of vulnerability.
And the thing that is so sick.
Торнадо на арене, тупость как лифты на арене доблести, но вот согласен, лифты тоже полная хуйня.
You have to launch it and has to travel through the air. You can see rogues vanish it and stuff like that. He timed that perfectly so that when that was ending, you know, it was going to disrupt that CC chain, right? And the priest may have greeted out a little bit, trying to get perfect, like full value out of their CCs. You saw him kind of just strafing back and forth right by the enemy priest, getting ready for it, right? And he had an opportunity.
Can you say SPR counter DPL if they play correct? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Well, to be honest, I haven't played DPL a lot myself, and I haven't played against good Shadow Priest rogues, so I don't know. Maybe it could be the case, but to me, I always felt like Priest Warlock should win. Но если оно стабильно появляется в одно и то же время, то пофиг. Да нет, там что-то рандом, вообще рандом на рандоме в квадрате, блять. Там все рандомно, оно рандомно появляется, по-моему, их там может несколько появиться. Хз, короче. По-моему, там рандом.
They're gonna pick ruins, 100%.
Yeah, that was my thought.
Yeah, 100% ruins, right? That's the most DPS,
yeah, what's up?
double DPS friendly.
It seems like we're never playing.
Oh, going to Grand.
I guess not. No, but we're gonna play after. We're gonna play after this game. I think.
This stream ruins my average view count.
Well, all right then.
Oh well.
It's actually a big deal.
They just lost in the Grand.
So
I have nothing to do.
I mean,
well, we can just watch the games, I guess. And
I don't even have a scene set up for that or anything.
You know, and maybe
well,
you know, I don't think they're forfeit twice. We might see
set it up. You have a lot of time.
From the Shadow Priest, I don't think he was expecting it to happen. He clearly, you know, was positioned.
I was thinking maybe to do some BGs and classic or some shit. I should have, but
I guess. Concept or just something out of the blue that you're not quite expecting. You know, the reaction is not going to be as quick as it necessarily would be if you've seen something like that before. And you know, it caught us off by surprise. It definitely caught off Danny as well.
I mean, these games are
one more chance to show us.
But we're gonna play next after this game.
Who do you think is gonna win?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who is going to win, chat? These games are hype. We got Cargos and Caitlyn commentating. Give them some love, guys. 2v2 RXP tournament. The last match.
What server are you on? I'm on Geheras Alliance.
Everything is on the table. It is Danny, represented under the kata, playing with Reckless against Lamarcky and Willington. This is the knockout game.
It's
this
especially
everything. Cargos,
you know,
let's get into it.
favored for DPL, I guess, because Shadow Priest Rogue is Alliance. And they really want to be double undead against this. And they're not. I think Priest Lock should win, honestly.
No double step required, opening early onto the Warlock and running straight in for a fear. I don't think he's out of range actually. Oh, spell lock to stop the fear, and he actually gets return fear onto the Shadow Priest, blind onto the Discipline Rogue. Sorry, Discipline Priest spell.
Marky still has pain sub too, man. Still has pain sub.
This is looking good for them again. Priest has no trinket, the Shadow Priest has no trinket, Rogue just cloaked vanished, and it seems like he doesn't have any more vanishes either. He has his prep used and vanish as well. I assume he has no vanishes. This is looking really good for Priest Warlock. I think they should win this. A Warlock that kind of dives in, gets kidneyed behind the pillar, this is kind of bad.
Looking at a really strong spot at this point. There's no cloak on the Rogue,
but his HP is fine.
They know he's pretty much,
Shadow Priest gets feared, it's a full fear. Rogue has no cloak. They should just pump him now. And that's what they're doing. The shield gets dispelled. I think the Rogue dies here. Tornado to seal the deal, let's go. Tornado actually killed him. I mean, he was dead without the tornado, I think.
One killing blow.
But maybe the Warlock would also go down.
Maybe the other guy left, but I'm pretty sure if the tornado kills you, it
but even in that case, I think Disc wins the Shadow Priest every time.
Like a tornado gift that just
especially with this gear, Shadow Priests don't get any mana regen. On the other hand, though, not necessarily, because Shadow Priest has the -4 seconds on the fear.
We'll advance. Let's take a quick look, guys.
Like -4 second cooldown, or like on fear cooldown, I guess. I don't know how to say.
He managed to secure himself.
So maybe Shadow Priest can actually win.
On that note,
the 1v1.
Carlos, I believe
what,
there is a little
yo,
bit
Mir, what does it matter though if your
room
average
to
view
go
count
into
drops?
the
Like,
winners
what's the difference?
Yeah, I can tell you after.
Sure.
Commercial guys will try to keep the shilling to the minimum, but this is this tournament is sponsored by Rested XP. It's a site you've been maybe seeing a lot of streamers use the guide recently. It's built with love by members of the community like you, Tactics, Tommy, Zarant, Seven Leaves, myself. It's a leveling guide. We have you covered for Dungeon Cleave. We have you covered for just normal leveling if you want to quest.
Tell Mir he can answer my questions instead of ignoring me. I ain't gonna tell him shit, man.
Fans in the chat, made by him to help us out with the project. So here we go. We're gonna play it.
Was this tournament something to win in it? Some money. This tournament is some like community organized, event. What's with their stream? It just died. I don't know. Oh, they're back.
Oh shit, I'm muted. Was I muted the whole time? Oh, well, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Are you nervous about the games ahead of you? Not really.
Hope you enjoyed that. Rested XP, if you want to check it out.
I think the games against Rig Mages are gonna, they might be tough. I think they are gonna be tough. It's, it's a counter.
You can't respec, right?
No.
It's so weird that you can't. I don't understand that.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Why is that ever a rule, ever, in any tournament?
I don't know. I feel like... And
because some classes benefit so much from it, and others don't.
Well, maybe that's why.
I am
Actually,
yeah, but
yeah, I'm aware of that. There was a technical difficulty on my end. I will be posting that in the chat right
well, I don't know.
Okay, we saw it over
because
on here, right?
it's true, you know, some classes will not benefit at all from respecking, others will a lot, and I feel like those classes that will benefit already happen to be like the stronger classes anyway.
Maybe you're right. It's just bad for tournament setting. I think tournament setting you should be allowed to swap gears,
I agree.
spec,
I
everything.
agree. Yeah, for sure. But I think
that's like part of being a tournament. The whole essence of a tournament.
Yeah, I think they could do it. You know, like one of the private servers, let's just say, did for their tournaments, where you can't like change the general spec, as in you can't go like, you know, you're playing disc and then the next game you're going like hybrid spec or shadow or something.
Yeah,
like that shouldn't be allowed. But as long as you're staying disc, you should be able to adjust your talents as long as you stay like generally the same spec or like the you know
pleasant ride.
Oh yeah, man. You love to see it.
Okay, apparently we have a game in
You guys are enjoying
3
the
minutes or
tournament
so.
too, and we hope to do more stuff like
Yeah.
this in the coming weeks and months. Now that we got the format out of the way, so
yes, and
The cat is crying. Yeah, I don't know. I guess he's bored.
Icy Fresh playing Mage Rogue will be facing Uzbeki and Mir.
Гал на турике, сражайся за Россию. Спасибо. Россия впереди.
Also, Icy Fresh is playing
Раисия впереди.
amazing 2v2 combination, and
Три восклицательных знака. Was there a qualifier for this prize pool? No, there was no qualifier, and the prize pool was like either $350 or $500 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure.
Any of these 4 teams has a potential redemption.
You know, it's pretty. It's like whatever.
Round 2, but let's not focus on that.
The prize pool is not huge.
In 2 minutes, we have Icy Fresh
By any stretch of the imagination, but it's whatever, you know. I'll compete in any tournaments, I think. I'm down.
I mean, it's time to.
Like I competed in tournaments that had no prize pool at all, just for the fun of it.
The final boss, as far as Icy goes. Icy's the underdog. He's coming up. He's growing his stream. TBC. He's been practicing for years, playing it, and now he's.
Guess we're gonna play against Rogue Mage now.
Overlords of the TBC PvP scene, Uzbeki and Mir. If you can beat Uzbeki and Mir in a 2s tournament against their DPR, you're capable of being the best player on the planet. So. It's like the ultimate check for them. And if they do scrape a win here, you best believe, you know, their names, you know, Icy Fresh and them are going to be circulating around, and it's going to be huge for them. So
absolutely huge. There is nothing else at this point that matters. Everyone who is a competitor has their heart pumping 300 beats per minute. I am about to do the last ready checks. Caitlin, are you still with us?
Alright, I'm gonna mute the stream.
I'm gonna enjoy, sit back, and I think
as we're about to go into the series. What is your cat's name? His name is Vasya. I really want to get some more PV gear on though. Should I get this? Yeah, I get this. Fuck it. Yo, Uzb, are there bears in Russia? Sure. Kitty! What's up? What's up, kid? Icy Fresh играет Rogmag. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Probably gonna go AFK after this. Gonna go eat something.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go alpha mode and I'm gonna sprint in, okay?
Okay. Yeah, it seems like he's also going alpha mode, but that's fine.
Don't think so.
Yeah, maybe not.
Outside, please. Niche.
Okay, I'm set to. I have a feeling Rogue's gonna open on me. Nah.
My perception is gone. Chilling.
I think I want to cross now. I don't care if I get like stuck in the center. This is he DR'd me, so you're gonna have to open now. I have shoot still.
No.
He just divist.
Yeah, my vanish broke. It's on me though. Half there. Half
Yeah, super fine.
You dot the road?
Yeah. Getting nadoed here.
He trinketed.
I juked him. I'm getting pulleyed. Character.
Okay. I can blind rogue.
Sure. Nice. Trying to heal you.
You have fair soon?
Yeah, soon. Up here now.
I can deli throw.
Trying to get you. FPS first though.
Yeah. Both frost.
You missed his.
I have trinket. Yeah.
Okay, see now.
You might have to kill rogue. Yeah, I'll die. Maybe not.
He pulleys me through the pillar.
I locked him.
Up here.
The rogue before I die. Good. Nice. Was a bit of a mess. Should I even stop the first frostbolt though? I don't think so.
I think you'll be fine.
But your middle map, I don't think you should go there. What's the point?
Nah, it was good. It was good. It forced them
Why
to.
Why though?
Yeah, but I can't die. Like, I just forced the rogue to open on me. Like, this was good. You
He
didn't
doesn't
have
have to though.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to stop the frostbolt either.
No, I didn't. But he can turret bolts then. He can legit turret 6 bolt before you make it to the pillar, and then rogue opens.
I don't think so. And even if he does, I'll be fine. Like, I only pushed there because I knew I was fine, or I would be fine. And he also DR'd my poly. Like, it was good. Just I can do the shit since I'm dwarf.
Okay. Do you have the thingy trinket?
No, but don't even
Don't?
use it. No, I used the healing trinket with haste proc. Because I think they're gonna be focusing me most of the time. I really doubt they wanna ever focus me. I think you can stop maybe the second frostbolt in that scenario.
Well, then that's the same scenario. It's the same outcome.
Not...
And every decent rogue has like step cheap shot macroed. So it's hard to do it and clean vanish after. And he can save pet dom or pet dom me out when I vanish too. So generally I think we wanna avoid that.
Yeah, but I think you don't even have to like cloak or vanish or anything after you stop the frostbolt. You
Well,
can
he
just
can cheap shot me into polygon. In your middle of the map.
He couldn't really, like, I would have, if he went for poly on you, I could come on fear, or I could get to the pillar, and I would have been fine, even if they do that. Like, even if I get cheap shotted, I guess, into kidney and you get poly, I feel like we're still fine. I can just trinket and insta-fear the rogue while he's on global, and then he's gonna have to trinket. If he doesn't trinket, I'm fine. If he trinkets, you can trinket poly and step blind or something, or step cheap shot kidney into blind.
Yeah, I guess. Oh my god, my macro is wrong. I thought I fixed it. That's why it didn't work. Oh, it's because I DC'd before. My god. I could have lost this game because of this.
Are we pushing this there?
Yeah, push. It's not here. My sprint is gone.
Concept. Mage's on top of me. Gets my shield insta. He used blink though.
I'm kind of fucked. I kind of have to wait for Rogue. So.
Okay.
Revenge.
Have to shrink it.
Rogue.
I might die.
On his cloak. Into gouge. I cannot blind. I'm blinded.
Poof here, poof here.
Nice, nice, nice.
I don't.
Yeah.
Actually didn't have to this. Trying to get you. I have PS for myself still. No, he doesn't.
He prepped.
I PS myself. They wanna go you.
They stun my vanish. This game is awful. I don't touch it. He's dead. Dodge gouge on mage.
Break
Awesome.
yourself with ski blocks.
I'm dead.
I had no mana for death.
My RNG was so bad this game. Miss kick on frostbolt and shit. I'm ranging this.
I don't know, they did a lot of damage to me actually.
Yeah.
I feel like if Rogue trinketed, they could randomly kill me.
Maybe. I couldn't gouge the rogue because of a Nova. I should just cloak it. But it felt so weird to cloak that Nova. Such like an awkward Nova.
Yeah. I'm gonna rewatch the game. And I guess I'm going AFK, gonna eat. But I'll be around.
Yeah.
I'm kind of unhappy with how I played this last game. I think I could have played better, but I want to rewatch this game. Like I would have. Let me see. Let me see. Well, he gets my shield through like 50 buffs. That was unfortunate. I still had the inner fire, and I trinketed cheap shot even though it was blanketed, but I guess I had to, and I didn't really have to, because Mir opened and no, he didn't actually. He did open on the rogue, and the rogue didn't kidney me, which is what I thought was gonna happen. He used the Vist, so that's why I trinket chip shot. I don't know. Still had Desperate? Yeah, I still had Desperate and PS. But still. I don't know, I'm not... Something doesn't feel right. I don't like what I did. Yeah, it's Z Peril. You can download it on Curse. I currently don't have it in my add-ons, you know, archive or add-on pack, whatever. I think I have to trinket the cheap shot though. If I don't trinket the cheap shot, I'm stunned, locked in place, the mage could cast. If Mir doesn't stop the frostbolt, because he already used step at the point, I think I can be in trouble. I don't know, maybe I should go. Maybe I should use this trinket. I use this trinket because I think Mir is gonna be their main target. I thought so. But if he's not, then I really want to use this trinket. Well, anyway. I'm rewatching this because I haven't played a lot in Season 1 against Rogue Mages as Priest Rogue. Especially like on Alliance, so I'm not quite sure what the difference is and like whether or not I can afford to like not trinket, you know, something I would normally have to trinket and shit like that. Because we're gonna be facing Riva next, I'm pretty sure. And I think that, you know, they'll play better than this team we just faced. So I'm just kind of trying to prepare myself for what's coming. But it's whatever. Does it show party CDs or is that separate add-on? It's a separate add-on. It's ATT, Arena Team Tracker. Shaka just recently ported it. You can... I really should update my add-ons though. I'll do it, I guess, soon. The other game hasn't started yet, so I think I'll go AFK. Actually, I'll watch the game.
Shades and Bobka ascending into the victory. We can see them there already preparing with the conjure foods. We have
like this, them playing Horde really doesn't make sense to me. They really should play Alliance in my opinion. Would have been so much better for them.
Experience with TBC Arena, you can see that they want to summon Imp, create 2 health stones.
Interesting how they selected the teams for that. Setups are repetitive Rogue Mages, and the last team isn't great too. They couldn't get shoulders on Endless. Surprised they beat Jigsaw.
This is the 4 health.
I don't know, dude.
Like a level 13 health
I don't know how they did it.
Correct.
20-minute match.
Correct.
Like
correct.
80 healing.
He's got a hellstone for each.
I myself got into it by just, you know, being messaged on a very short notice. Like, someone messaged me, I think on Friday. You know, it's fine. It's not too bad. It was Friday, I think. Friday, someone asked me like, "Yo, are you playing in this upcoming TV2 tourney?" I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." And they somehow connected me with the people, you know, organizing, and they invited me because someone dropped out or something.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's breathe.
It was invitational. But I don't know based on what they invited.
Both sides want to greed out a little
you know,
bit,
people,
not loot and
participants.
Zero value from a vanish.
How important is raid gear for disc? It's pretty important, I would say. If you want to play for like rank 1 and stuff, it's yeah, you better have some PV gear.
If they both were to open up on reality there, but that timing window is gone. They're getting the full sap on Bobka. Oh, the Nova breaks him out of the sap though. So, oh, okay, that's massive.
Oh, and that goes early Healthstone from reality, but he is in a Nova now, and there is a Frostbolt Ice Lance. Oh, that beautiful
coil was late.
Riva is going into La La Land for 1
I
second.
think the Rogue Mage wins this.
He's suffering for Garrett a little bit, and there is offensive Icebook reality. He's going to go down almost. No, he's not. Yeah, clutch. He's clutching it right now, but there was a matter of time before he goes down. Wow, fast match.
You cannot get shattered. You cannot eat a casted Frostbolt shatter as a warlock. Like you could never accept that.
What's the ICD on haste trinket? I don't know. I never really used it. I assume maybe a minute, like 45 seconds, or a minute, or I don't know, dude. Could be anything.
In that situation, if both of those things are on cooldown, you might actually just want to trinket to get rid of that Nova. You cannot afford to eat that. And if you are out of things to stop the shatter, your rogue partner has to know that you cannot afford to eat a casted Frostbolt shatter on the warlock. He needs to do everything he can in his power to peel for you and to stop that from going out, because you saw it was like 40% of his health insta, and then you're just too far behind.
Yeah, I mean, it was really unfortunate. He was ever so slightly too late with the death coil, as someone pointed out earlier. I think it was Ukargos actually, when we were talking about the timing it earlier with the DPL. Is it has that travel time, you know, you need to cast it preemptively. He did actually get the Devourer on the Nova after the fact, but you know, he'd already eaten the Shatter, which, you know, was a really unfortunate issue for him. But what I'm curious actually to ask you, Kargas, is what do you think about...
Okay, I'm gonna go actually eat something. I'm gonna get me a couple of fruit, get a fucking banana and apple, something else. So, BRB. I guess this series goes to Riva's team. And then they'll probably do losers brackets.
But yeah, you absolutely could as well. It also feels like you're so behind on globals when you're fighting up against Rogue Mage that you're just running for your life.
So yeah, BRB guys.
Feels like kind of a liability. So what I would consider doing as the Rogue Warlock is I would actually send the Fell Hunter at the Mage and stay back by the pillar and try to get just devour off a few buffs, and if they start going on the Fell Hunter, you immediately resummon. You have your Rogue by you, and you play it a little bit slower, and you tell your Rogue, don't come out until the Rogue's out, and you try to 1v1 the Mage by yourself, and I don't know, just play as defensive as possible by the pillar, and just tell your Rogue to keep the enemy Rogue off you, and you're going to successfully 1v1 that Mage, and you focus just your efforts on outplaying the Mage. That'd be how I would want to approach this.
These games are going to be very, very fast. Don't blink twice. I mentioned it previously with Rogue Mage into the Priest Rogue. Those are very, very fast games. These are even faster. There's no healing. Usually these teams are not going to reset. Reality even has dots to kind of to prevent that a little bit. Wow. +1 for Riva. This is a match point. Can Bobka and Reality tie it out? We've seen them a little bit shaky last game. I would even dare to say a controversial statement right there. Riva absolutely demolished on damage meters. Avishan as well. Now, some would say it is a very, very one-dimensional statement to talk about damage, but when there is 35,000 damage difference in a 40-second match, that does matter. Now, let's see if they can control them a little bit better this time. You can see that our Undead Rogue is taking a little bit defensive approach because of that human racial. It does not want to get discovered by Ravishan, but there is that perception right now. When he goes, oh, it's almost as if he knows where he is.
He's getting it, man. Sap on the Rogue. This is horrible for the Rogue Lock. Oh, this is the stuff of nightmares. He trinkets it, tries to go into full peel mode. He has to play super careful, eating the full blind into the Sap. GG. Game's over.
Indeed, you said the game is over potentially, but they're still in it. Reality does not want to give up that easily. This is his last chance. This is his last hope. Bobka is over there trying to create something. Reality is slowly going down. Avishan is kind of low, but he did cloak, and looks like they are going to just train Reality. He is helpless. He is in Piranha Lair. Going down. Yikes. Is there going to be Jaws 3 after this?
Yeah, perception. Just you saw it almost happen in slow motion there. The value from it. You know, you have to keep in mind both those rogues were stealth, but Avishan just shot such a nice angle where he was almost guaranteed he was going to get that perception value. Saps the rogue, and that just immediately freaks you out so much as the rogue lock team. It's they almost got full uptime on the lock while the rogue was sitting in sap. You know, if you get sapped a bit further away and maybe 2-3 seconds of it gets shaved off before they open up on you, it feels a little bit better. But man, that was absolutely brutal. And then Bobka felt like he had to trinket early to try to peel for reality. Ended up eating a full blind. Still might have been worth it. You know, it's tough to say what he prevented by doing that early trinket. You normally want to trinket either a kidney or a blind. But oftentimes when you're the rogue, you have to only trinket. You have to trinket the blind, because the blind will lead into a sap, right? So they were so behind there that he felt like he had to trinket something earlier. Anyway, it was rough, man. The perception really making huge plays.
Those perception plays were absolutely on point. You saw it right there. Stays a little bit back, plays those mind games, pops perception, and point perfect finds Bobka. Now, considering that the last match was played by Reality and Riva as well, let's take a look at the brackets. We have Uzbek and Mir in the finals of the loser bracket. Sorry, it's winner bracket. Winner bracket is up there on your screens. You can see it right now. Uzbeki versus Riva in the finals. And in the losers bracket, we have Reality Jigsaw, Icy Fresh, Willerton. The next matchup is going to be Icy Fresh, Willerton, considering that
okay, yeah, let's do 2-0 for Riva's team. As I thought. Now for the losers bracket, it's gonna be Reality against Jigsaw, Icy Fresh against Willerton. So Lock Rogue against Rogue Mage again.
I would say about the previous match with the with trinketing the sap.
And
when you trinket the sap, you're breaking
Rogue Mage against Priest Warlock.
And you're gonna eat.
I think Priest Warlock should win. I have a feeling I'll be just saying this every time Willerton's team is playing. I'll be like, I think Priest Warlock should win. I've said it about Shadow Priest Rogue matchup, about Rogue Mage.
And the rogue is very close as well, so
and I guess for the rest of them, I'll be saying, I think Shadow, Priest Warlock should win.
Especially on, warlocks or most commonly priests. You'll be sapped. They'll run past you.
Не знаю, Женя, посмотрим. Ну, Рогмак, по идее, нас контрит, но, типа, мы на Альянсе, поэтому все не так плохо. Посмотрим.
Do anything about the sap, then you can break it. But as you said, it's very uncommon to see it. But there are these rare circumstances where breaking a sap is advantageous because of the position you find yourself in connection to, or in correlation to your opponents. But that said, we will be going into Icy Fresh versus Willerton. I mean, Cargos, mate, are we still believing in our DPL? Is our money still there?
Yeah, it's Nightmare Fuel for Roguelock. Nightmare Fuel. DPL favored. DPL is so strong, man, especially as alliance with the Dwarf Thicky. Oh, no. Yeah, it is DPL, right?
Yeah, it's DPL versus Rogue Mage.
Real quick, who voiced Illidan Storm Rage in World of Warcraft? First person to answer.
Are you going for hit pieces as disc? I have a few, yeah. I have a hit enchant on my gloves, and I'm using this ring which has hit on it, so I'm almost hit capped.
Illidan Storm Rage in World of Warcraft.
Missing like
I do not know. I'm curious, man.
0.15.
Alright,
for hit cap.
Lick got it, actually.
Guys, I'm probably gonna mute and just enjoy my food.
Yeah, me, man. We'll hook it up later.
Let you watch the tourney.
Throughout the remainder too, so we'll be giving out some
the losers brackets.
To Jack Lick. Gotta be paying attention.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
I'll do that. BRB.
Barack Obama, Chuck Norris, and John Wick.
Close.
I want Keanu Reeves to voice the character in. A friend of mine I went to school with actually voices a character in World of Warcraft. There you go, fun fact. Gotcha. One of my school friends.
Okay, so we got Rogue Mage versus DPL.
F's in chat for Rogue Mage.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's Icy Fresh, so you know he's definitely pulled some rabbits out of certain hats, and that is a very intense gnomish stare he happens to have there. That is quite intimidating. But yeah, you know, obviously, I think, you know, from a purely I don't know what you want to call it, you know, a purely paper perspective, it's definitely, you know, the DPLs to lose. But that's not to say for a second that Icy Fresh is, you know, you shouldn't be counting this man out. He can do some fantastic things.
Absolutely, he does a ton of damage. Yeah, I think you're right though. More and more I'm thinking about it, DPL's got to be favored, especially because he's a dwarf. It's just as a double DPS, you're staring down a dwarf priest on the other end, and it just is going to feel bad no matter what double DPS you're playing. Okay, so a lot of aggression, immediate sap on Lamarki, expending the sap, and they're going hard on Willerton. Willerton with the Hellstone early, he still has not used Pain Sup. Pain Sup coming out right now at a pretty high health total. Things are looking pretty decent, pretty stable for Lamarki and Willerton. We're seeing if the Rogue Mage can connect with any really meaningful CC on the Priest now at this point. And the Priest's job is going to be really trying his very best to LOS that. You see him just peeking his head around the corner for just a tiny second, putting up a little palm on his partner, and has to be super careful, going within range to get that Psychic Scream. And there it is.
I mean, that was just, I'm very interested to see the damage from Icy Fresh. You know, Icy Fresh is one of these.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now.
When it comes to his play, you're going to see Scorches, you're going to see Fire Blasts. You know, there's obviously, we know the memes, we know the Ice Lance Nova memes are going around at the moment. But, you know, when you see these top mages playing, they're going to use every single thing in their toolkit. And we love a little bit of Tornadoes there as well. But yeah, you know, see Icy Fresh doing basically more damage than everybody else in the match by himself.
Yeah, mages, huge damage.
You know, as I said, truly playing a very elementalist style. He loves to scorch. You know, as soon as someone goes near the pillar and he thinks, okay, I'm not going to be able to get casts off, he'll just instantly swap to that scorch and get the fire damage going, despite obviously being, you know, completely frostbacked.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
You know, very impressive performance.
He does love to scorch, 100%. Even in the last matches we've casted, like he's really good at timing his scorch too, in tight spots. So he'll gauge that he'll be able to get a scorch off right before the guy gets around the corner into LOS and squeezes out lots of little chunks of damage with scorch. It's one of the defining things about Icy Fresh's play.
Yeah, well, one of the obvious advantages to it is, especially versus, you know, something like a warlock, you know, he can spam away with that cast, you know, and he's never going to get locked on ice. You know, he's never going to get frost locked, so he's always going to have his ice block up. He's always going to be able to, you know, cold snap and do things of that nature. He's not risking anything. So he's going to be casting on fire, and he's going to be using predominantly instant cast on frost. And it just makes him, you know, it just makes the mage that little bit more comfortable, a little bit safer, you know, and he hasn't, you know, there's one less thing to worry about. And, you know, it's a 1.5 second cast as opposed to, you know, a 2.5 second cast. So we can just, you know, slip them in every now and then and taking full advantage of, you know, everything he has available to him.
Weird thing is, it was looking kind of good for the DPL. I felt like they got the Pain Sup off and everything. Everyone, early Hellstone got full value from it. Got the Pain Sup at a high health total. It was looking like they weren't taking too much damage, and it was looking good. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, you know, they just got Rogue Maged. It went from 0 to 100 so very quickly.
Yeah, I think there was a little moment there with a bit of unfortunate travel with the Death Coil. The Rogue was Death Coiled and basically ran straight into the Lamarki, which forced him to run away and, you know, put himself on the opposite side of the pillar to his Warlock. And, you know, kudos to Icy Fresh and Shadows to, you know, take advantage of that. You know, that little bit of RNG, but they are changing their entire strategy up. They're stopping getting these saps. They're just going to stand on top of each other now and hopefully deal with the sap in a different way we've not seen them play so far in this tournament.
Yeah. When I play DPL, I usually play UA, and one of our little tricks is we'll stand right on top of each other, and whoever gets sapped, the other one will rip either the Howl or the Psychic Scream. You can't do that with just normal SLSL, but I like the idea of standing there with Hellfire. So even if they do get the sap, okay, here we go.
I mean, that was an absolutely massive fear for Shadows. I mean, balls to him for sitting it. He did end up in Africa. And yeah, we just, very nice Frostbite proc there onto the Warlock. But I mean, Shadows is just going down. This is looking so much more comfortable for the DPL this match.
It is. You see that stone form getting rid of the crippling there. So freaking nice. You can actually.
It's gonna be too easy.
Rogue, man, dwarf ratio, like, it's so obvious when it makes big plays.
When are we
He used the
playing?
Desperate Prayer there. He used the storm form there. It's basically like NS. I remember talking with Pepe, who's a multi-rank 1 priest and a good buddy of mine, and I was trying to say, yo, let's play DPL, man. Let's play DPL. Go make a troll, right? And he was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can play without NS. NS, of course, nature swiftness, and of course, priests don't have nature swiftness, but it really is like effectively nature swiftness. If you have stone form in the Desperate Prayer, it's such a big deal. And right there, removing that crippling is normally what, a 7-second slow, or what was it, 9 seconds, 7 seconds, and
6
it's 70%
seconds,
movement
6
reduction.
seconds, 70%, I think.
Yeah,
It's 6 or 8. I can't remember.
You're
I
clearing
have
wound
toughness all the
poisons
time,
off.
so
You're clearing wound poisons off. You're clearing crippling poisons off. You get a juicy NS heal. You get more armor. You're taking off bleeds.
It's 12 seconds, Zero. That's broken, man. 12-second crippling. I'm too used to having toughness on a shaman. I only have to do half of this stuff, and then I cleanse it off anyway. Yeah, to apparently 12 seconds on crippling, damn. But what was immensely different in that match as well. Obviously we've discussed this before. It is purely just a statistic, but the damage done from Icy that time, he did 20,000 less damage than he did the previous game.
Yeah.
20,000 less damage. I mean, and I said, this play style, this, standing on top of each other. And if I'm honest, it's kind of what I expected to see from the beginning with Willow and Lamarki. So I'm really happy to see them now trying it, that they got their backs to the wall and playing, this more defensive style. I think it goes well for DPL. But, how do you feel about it from a Warlock perspective?
Yeah, it'd be nice to analyze these games in slow motion and try to analyze the subtle differences, because it can kind of go either way, right? And everything's happening so quickly that sometimes it'll look like a decisive victory for the DPL. Sometimes it'll look like a somewhat decisive victory for the Rogue Mage. I mean, you just see what kind of damage they're capable of. But I still think the DPL is favored here, gun to my head. Especially as Dwarf. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that, the VODs will be available certainly on my YouTube, and I also know that Silent Shadow, shout out to the Rogue community, will quite often do some pretty in-depth jumps into the Rogue play, but we're going straight into this match now.
Yep, I don't know if they found the Rogue there. Was it me, or he just missed this whole little wombo? Or they might have found him.
I think they might have put him, but there's still a lot of pressure, and that's quite an early pain suppression coming on. And here come the Scorches again. The Scorch Bam is just going in. Icy Fresh, he needs to rename himself to Scorch Fresh.
Yeah, Coil already expended too. It's a pretty big deal. Still has Feldom. Rogue's at about half and has no cloak, so that's they have lethal damage on that Rogue right now. He's gonna die. It's just a matter of time. He's probably triple dotted right now. And unless he can sneak away and get some mage food in him, he's toast right now. So that's what you see him doing. He's running off into Egypt, trying to get a few ticks of the mage food. Should be able to out heal the damage coming out. So that is gonna look like they're gonna seal the Rogue Mage. That's insane, man. So close, but no cigar.
I mean, this is the knockout round. So if I was Lamarki, I would be playing this out just for the opportunity. We've seen Orange Marmalade do it. Maybe Lamarki's going to do it, but I don't think it will happen. But we will just see what happens in these last couple of seconds. I mean, there was a very critical polymorph onto Lamarki, which he can Shadow Word Death hit. It's a strategy we see, is Becky using earlier in the tournament. And for anyone not familiar with the Shadow Word Death trick, basically, the way Shadow Word Death works is if you don't kill a target with it, the priest then takes a little bit of damage. So what you'll do is you'll time your Shadow Word Death to hit the mage as he's casting Polymorph when he's got like 0.2 seconds left on the cast. Your damage hits it, and then the damage hits you in return because he doesn't die, and that damage that you take from the Shadow Word Death will actually break your Polymorph, which is why you'll see improved counterspell quite often used on priests if you're going to poly them.
Guys, people are concerned that maybe with the batching being changed that you wouldn't be able to do that anymore. You still are. Sorry, Fart, go ahead.
Before we go into the next matchup of the losers bracket, Reality into Jigsaw, Caitlin, will you transition us into a small interview with Willerton, please?
We will indeed.
Absolutely.
both teams are here. Reality and Jigsaw are confirmed. But before we continue with the tournament and the semis of the upper bracket of the losers, we want to hear a little bit from Willerton. Let's just see.
What's up, boys?
There we go. The man, the myth, the legend.
What's good?
Willerton, you played your heart out in this tournament. We saw ups, we saw downs, we saw some clutch moments. But we want to hear a little bit from you. Your take on the last game specifically. Could you run us through it a little bit?
Oh, I actually shoved my last game was awful. I shoved the trinket, but I don't know. We almost won. In general, though, like DPL is a lot different with this gearing, obviously, versus like season 3, season 4. Like you see the damage that mages are doing, like into locks. It's absolutely crazy, especially with like the Nova bugs. So even like spell stoning, like the first Nova and getting through that, like at the end, just so much damage, as you guys can see. But overall, a lot of fun.
So the Novas are still feeling pretty bad right now. I haven't played too much beta since they've apparently changed that. I wasn't sure. I'd heard that they had nerfed it a bit, but they still feel pretty bad.
I think like we're still seeing like 3 lance use cases, like 3 lances in Novas. I haven't seen like any like 4 or 5 or anything like clearly broken yet, but even 3 is a lot. I mean, that's 6k damage with 9 to 10k HP pools without casting. So I don't know how it's supposed to be, but if 3 is normal, then it's probably fixed. But yeah, you're seeing usually about 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean that seems a touch excessive to me. 2, I'd like to see 2 at maybe sort of 85 to 90%. Breaking on the first one 80 to 90% of the time probably, and then maybe get 2 off on 10% on those lucky. But one thing I'm quite curious about is you obviously in the last 2 matches you really swapped up your initial positioning. You started with the very spread out style with you hanging back and your lock going forward. You then as I said, in the last 2 matches you went back to the sort of the piling strategy. What do you think about the 2? Is there an advantage or one that you particularly prefer?
The distance, I mean, works well with more gear. I think like we were playing like it's season 4 and I can't get one shot by a mage. Like, so we switched up. We're like, all right, let's just like chill, and that works a little bit better. It looks like, but I think with more mana, like on the priest, like if the priest can like MD random YOLO for combat like 4 times before the match even starts and get combat, then you're chilling. Lock gets combat, priest is in combat, and you're good to go. But like if you MD a few times, you're like pretty much
Well, I mean, thank you for coming today. It's been an absolute pleasure for me, at least, casting your games. I mean, as I said, my money was riding on you, so you haven't let me down or disappointed me at all with your play. It's been absolutely a complete pleasure, and I really would love to see you back in the future tournaments. And maybe with a bit more gear, we will, see some more success from yourselves and your partners. So, congratulations, man, and obviously commiserations.
Yeah, I'll play enhanced next time and just run it up. Don't worry.
Just make my day. Make my day.
We would love to see an enhancement shaman in the tournament for sure. We have 0 shamans, 0 paladins. Maybe we're gonna see.
You got a 0 shaman because you banned me.
It's the perfect combination of fun looking and just sad. So good content there.
Any shockadins in the chat?
Well, I actually have got a $100 bounty to anybody that can make it to BlizzCon as a shaman. I'm standing by this. I've said it multiple times. If anybody can make it to BlizzCon as a shaman, I will personally pay them $100. That is my. I want to see a shaman at BlizzCon.
There it is.
Got it.
But thank you very much.
Willerton, before you go, please, I implore you, if people want to see more amazing shaman and priest gameplay in TBC, where can they find you?
Boston, Massachusetts. Just roll up. We'll hang out. We'll get a couple beers. It'll be a good time. And you can get on my Twitch, Willertons_, I guess. Like, that'd be good.
That would be amazing. Beer with Willertons_ on twitch.tv.
Yeah, I told Rec we should hang out, but he's ghosting me. So
I love the Boston Chinatown, bro. I've had some such good memories. They're going to PAX East and going to like the Boston Chinatown at like 2 a.m. and getting food. So
100%.
One day.
Reality and Jigsaw are about to step up to the plate. We've seen a little bit of both.
See you guys later.
Thank you for
Take
coming.
care, brother. Well played, my friend. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, man.
Everyone.
Right. Reality
and Jigsaw.
Okay.
Lock Rogue into Mage Rogue. We're about to queue up. With no further ado, we talked about the matchups. You've seen anything throughout the tournament. Let's queue them up. Within a couple of seconds, we will be in Nagrand Arena. Nagrand Arena is the opener of every match in this
Right, so it
tournament.
seems that at this point,
Some say fair.
there's like 3 Rogue Mage teams
We have
left.
more to play.
Jigsaw's team, Riva's team,
so
and
Becky
Icy
Rogue
Fresh.
is no longer a possibility in the finals because one of them is
Icy
gonna
Fresh's
eliminate
team.
them, and then the
they
finals
can
is
be.
gonna
No, they can be. They can be.
And then there's Lock Rogue and Priest Rogue.
After this one.
Gotcha. All right, let's go.
So this
Holy
is it.
fuck and shit.
They are playing to enter losers bracket finals. Okay. And this is everything. Everything is on the line. Everything is on the line. This is it. Either reality,
pretty much Jigsaw,
carrying
reality,
Bobka,
Shades, they're all
Jigsaw
really
with
good
Deadly. There's no going back. This is it. Can Bobka make it? Can reality make it? This is it for them. This is it for Jigsaw. There is no going back, guys.
For the Horde in chat, guys, this is the last chance for the Horde to actually make it through the tournament. So yeah, shouts to the Horde. Any Horde guys in chat, give them your power.
I mean, we've seen reality streaming Lock Rogue games over and over again. You could redeem 15 push-ups for 1,500 points on his channel. He is ripped. He is ready. He is bugged. Bobka also, coming from Quebec, very, very ripped. Can they carry each other to victory? We shall see.
Yup, we shall see. Both rogues taking their time. No one just aggressively running out there.
We can see Deadly is currently in vacation mode. He doesn't want to be too aggressive, doesn't want to burn anything. They both realize everything is on the line. They're going to get knocked out of the tournament. They don't want to fall.
You might be curious about that too, because you're like, he's a human rogue. He should be playing aggressive.
Oh, he got a sap. Let's go. There is a little bit of opportunity. Bobka gets absolutely destroyed with that early sap that he needs to drink it into a chip shot onto him, and there is so much action going on right now. Look at that coil. He cannot get out of the coil. He's going into Timbuktu. He's going back with the shadow step from Timbuktu, and he really wants to put pressure on reality. Deadly is there. He's a little bit melting. Bobka is completely fine. Deadly is the one who's under a lot of focus right now. You see he is managing to reset, but he does have dots sticking onto him slowly but surely, one by one. This is it. Who's gonna go down first? Reality. Oh my god, we have 1 versus 1 on our hands. It is Bobka Jigsaw. Bobka versus Jigsaw, 1 versus 1. Everything is on the line. Can Bobka make it? Who is your favorite right now? You have 1 second to enter Cargos. Let's go.
Let's see. I'm gonna favor the mage here. Just looking at the flow of cooldowns, he has another fresh icy veins, fresh water elemental. Bobka really has no cooldowns to work with right now.
Bobka is getting railed. 300 pounds of icy pressure are going to add this match. 1-0 for Jigsaw.
I mean, again, looking at that damage, you can just see, when the mage gets his way, whether it's Icy, whether it's Jigsaw, whether it's Weaver, when they get their way, the damage is just absurd.
It really is. Bobka getting sapped was pretty big there, just thinking of the key moments. He had to use his trinket there. But Reality didn't end up taking too much damage through his blind. Like, he hung in there for a bit. But you can imagine a world where Bobka doesn't get sapped there. So Bobka sapped the enemy mage Jigsaw, and then I'm assuming the human rogue Pop Perception found Bobka and sapped him, which forced the trinket, and that was kind of how it developed, right?
Yeah, it's one of these I think almost like an advancing meta within Horde Rogue versus Alliance Rogue, where obviously traditionally we had, the Alliance Rogue just going forward with Perception, burning it, and the Horde Rogue will hide. What we're seeing now is this, certainly the higher levels, we're seeing the Alliance Rogues basically waiting because they know eventually the Horde Rogue is going to have to come forward, because one of two things is either going to happen. Either the eyes are going to spawn, and at that point, as it gets closer to the eyes spawning, you'll find the Alliance Rogue will position themselves very close to it, pop Perception, and probably end up getting the Horde Rogue up because they're forced to go for the eye. Or that will happen is, Bobko is again forced to go forward, and he'll pop his Perception around about the sort of 30-second mark into the match. And but yeah, it's something obviously that's always going to change and vary from rogue to rogue. And the more you play against someone, the more familiar you are with their play style, the more you're going to adapt. So I'm interested to see how this changes into Lord One.
Absolutely. I want to say this is a worse map for the roguelock, having played this exact thing many times. The lock really relies on being able to LOS that mage as much as possible, you know, and just go around certain corners to prevent the water elemental from hitting you. Throw tongues up on it to slow it down a bit. The angles are a bit sharper here with the little tiny LOS you do have to work with. So the mage is going to have a lot more uptime on this warlock, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if reality just gets vaporized a bit quicker. I think Bobka has more success when he just plays hyper aggressive IMO and just goes for a pre-vanish. I mean, I know he loves to do that play, and you know, just running at the human rogue and sapping him right now and pre-vanishing would be such a big play to get some momentum on their side for this match, but doesn't opt to do so. He's taking his time a bit, decides to pop the sprint, and now might go for the pre-vanish. Yes, he does pre-vanish, and now he's looking for the rogue. Doesn't look like he's going to get him, though. The rogue is behind him in, like, basically an 8 o'clock position. Gets the sap on the mage, which is not bad. Oh, gets Nova'd, though. Oh, yikes. Uses the step. Connecting with the mage now, but it's...
I think Lock Rogue can actually win this game now, because Deadly has no trinket. But Bobka's blind apparently missed on Deadly.
This is the same
They're gonna kill Deadly though, it
You
seems.
can see that Deadly.
Oh
my god, that is a beautiful vanish. You can see he has no dots. He hits completely clean. Reality on the other side completely gone. This is it. 2-0. Wow. Reality is, as you can see, sadly, the time has come. Shades of Reality will not participate in the tournament
Shades
anymore.
down. Oh, the thing is that the rogue Deadly was able to slip away there. I guess no bleeds.
I guess our games
I wonder if he had bleeds on him. He couldn't
are
get
next.
either. Maybe he could have chased him down.
I don't know, maybe they're gonna do one more
Out the 15 minutes,
series in the losers bracket.
That was just clinical. That was really clinical. They couldn't connect. They executed beautifully. Slippery slope down the drain. That's all she wrote. Let's look at our bracket.
Yep, Mage Rogue doing really well, really well in this tournament. I think we have 3 teams as Mage Rogue.
Yeah, right now we're going to be playing into Uzbeki and Riva, and then Jigsaw Icy Fresh. So we have the finalists for the winner bracket. If you take a look at the brackets. Uzbeki and Riva and Jigsaw Icy Fresh. Uzbeki and Riva, obviously, they're in the winners bracket finalists, and loser bracket finalists are Jigsaw and Icy Fresh. So what's going to happen is Uzbeki is going to play against Riva. They're going to decide the grand finalist, and then Jigsaw is going to play Icy Fresh to decide their
official stream
loser finalist.
Yeah,
and
that's.
Then whoever loses between Uzbeki and Riva plays either Jigsaw and Icy
That's
Fresh
it. Thanks, my Ford.
redemption arc into the winner of Uzbeki Riva. I know it's a little bit complicated. Excuse me for slippery. It's a little bit complicated, but just stay tuned. We're about to have all 3 places.
Actually, not complicated at all.
Within next 20
if you've ever watched any tournaments.
And as we're talking about that, I'm about to ready check players. Caitlin, if would you so kindly.
I mean, River versus Uzbeki. I mean, this is Goku and Vegeta. This is what we're here for. You know, this is for all the Super Saiyans in the world. You know, I would love to see, you know, maybe some different finalists, but I mean, there's not going to be too many people massively surprised as these guys duking it out in certainly the upper bracket finals. That's not to say they're going to make it to the grand final. One of them will.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me. I really like 2v2. Maybe a little bit too much. Like, I enjoy just the dynamic of 2 people fighting against another 2. And I know 3s is more balanced, etc., etc. I love the 2's bracket. It's where I play the most. And there's something special about that. Uzbeki Mir versus Riva, and that rivalry, the fact that they both won one tournament apiece in the beta. You said the PDD tournament was won by Mir, right? And Riva defeated Mir in the finals of the Asman tournament with Tazar. It'd be a cool story. That's a pay-per-view event right there. That's a fight night, you know. Mir versus Riva.
The thing is,
we're not ruling out.
We faced Riva in grand finals in 2 other tournaments, the 3v3 tournaments hosted by Endless. We were also facing them in grand finals.
In the finals of loser bracket, we have the openers. Icy Fresh into Jigsaw. They have redemption arc. They have the same thing going on. But without further ado, we have Uzbeki and River. I mentioned before ready
Let's
check
go, man.
last time. It is going in.
This is
boy.
Uzbeki River, right?
Okay.
My hands are so cold.
Bad blood circulation?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. I think I'll wait until he misses before I commit perception.
Okay. I think they might hold perception.
Yeah. I think they will. Yeah, he's gonna use his now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he found me. He chip shot me though. Perfect. Insane. But he came feared really far. He got feared really far.
Yeah, he also resisted the fucking... Did you get him? Nice.
Yeah, I got him. I'll gouge. You can dodge rogue, yeah?
I can. I'll pull it short.
I'll bleed.
Trying to pierce you.
Yeah. I'll drink it.
Okay.
Fine me. I had to.
That's fine. I
have no cheat death though. I have no cheat death. He kills me.
He might.
I'm dead.
Magic.
I'm dead. Yeah, they have trinket. I'm dead. You have to win alone.
I don't think I can, bro.
No, I can't.
I wasted my PS.
It was actually a good opener.
That was my bad.
But he got feared so far.
Yeah.
That was the issue.
Nah, the real issue I think was just me wasting my PS.
Maybe.
I just was scared that you would die in a fucking chip shot.
Yeah, I was low enough, so I had to drink it regardless.
I mean, they get the opener. Which map do we choose?
But
same?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, go same.
Do we want tornadoes though?
Yeah, it's whatever.
Okay. Is this really unfortunate?
I think.
Yeah,
we got it.
I have to keep my PS.
Yeah, I think so.
But I'm just so scared that you just die without like kidney. That they go cheap shot expose, and you're super low, so you definitely have to trinket the kidney.
Yeah, I shouldn't have rupture rogue though. I should blind, I think there.
Maybe, yeah.
Then I can drink whatever and stun him. Are they gonna let us play?
Yeah.
I could have vanished off like a last vanish there. I should have obviously, but I was trying to do it as late as possible because the mage would get me out.
Yeah, maybe that was the plan. I'm not sure.
I think it was holding Pet Nova. I'm not sure.
I would say, like I was stacking on you. I don't remember why I couldn't fear the rogue right away as he opened. If I fear him before he kidneys you, I think you're fine there. But I couldn't do it for some reason. I think I juked the mage. He was gouged.
Well, he had trinket anyway.
Did he?
Yeah.
But you probably still had blind.
In the end?
Yeah. Or did you blind the rogue?
Actually, yeah, I did have blind, but I would have to live the kidney.
Yeah, but maybe you know, there would be no kidney. Maybe,
I don't think so.
Maybe I would fear him like right before.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
And if you trinkets late, you get out a chip shot, can insta blind and maybe trinket or something. Whatever. Swim now.
I'm popping mine.
Okay.
Got him.
Nice. I'm pressing.
Yep.
Getting polyed here.
Okay. I can open. I can blind him.
Sure.
He's running. I'm not gonna shoot him. Please don't die.
Don't lie.
Yeah, I want to. I can look blizzard. I can read here. Got it. Opening image. You can fear rogue as well.
Yeah, well, I can. I lost the Nova.
Rogue? Oh.
Shit! I feared him. I broke the.
Yeah, I'm going rogue.
Thingy. Yeah, just kill him, guys. I have PS3 still.
Poking at me now. You gotta kill rogue. You gotta kill rogue.
Kill him, but you're dead.
No.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, but he will just run forever until it's a draw, and then they win, I guess, if they decide to do it like that. Fuck.
I might win.
Nah. You will just run forever. Let's drink it too. Maybe if you resist, yes, but you know. No.
It's fine. He doesn't necessarily win this or can run from me.
He will just bounce now and run forever.
I didn't realize you were gonna blind the rogue though.
Yeah, I mean... What happened to my blind though? Did you break it with...
I broke it with Chastise Sphere.
Chastise, I see. Nice. Close one. I think you better chase him.
Yeah, I have to.
You... I kinda had to open in the start because I stepped for the sap. So if I don't open there, I can never open. He can blizzard.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I just came down to the blind.
I have no trinket now. I wish he tries to kill me here, because I'm alone. Nice. I think he's dead.
Yeah, he died. Nice, you did it actually. Good job.
Thank you.
Nice tornado. That's why we picked Nightground.
Yeah, the map choice was perfect.
To be fair, I think the map choice is good for one-on-ones for you.
Yeah, I don't mind the tornadoes. It's like worse for him than there for me. Don't know, I feel like I almost choked and like threw it at the end though. I think I misused my global. Was closer than it should have been. But whatever.
The blind, like I was scared that, because if I listen, so if I sit until the kidney, he would be able to lose when I blind, and I can't. Like he's gonna lose when I trinket, and I won't be able to blind. That's why I trinked the cheap shot, because it's still in my loss.
Yeah, but that was all fine. I just didn't realize you were gonna do it, so I didn't see it, and I broke the blind. I mean, I was able to fear him, but we didn't
the reason I
have
blinded is because you were not on top of him for fear.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I would just let you fear if you were close.
Sure.
I can't remember though. Why weren't you close? What happened?
I'm not sure.
I think it's because Mage pushed in, and I went on him,
probably, yeah.
and then you ran around instead of running backwards.
Probably.
Which was the right play, of course, but. Yeah.
I think I was trying to avoid the Blanket Nova.
Yeah.
They chose Nagrin as well. Nice haircut.
Thanks.
I don't know, it's fucking cold in here. I'm shivering.
It's because you're nervous.
Yeah, but it's also cold. It's just actually cold. I am nervous though. Not too nervous, but there's something for sure.
Yeah, same. All these games were so bad compared to like how normal games look. Just because people are nervous. It was risky of me to sit the first kidney. I should just drink it in blind, but if blind misses there, it's so bad. And if blind misses for them, it's not the end of the world. Mage can spam sheep me.
Yeah.
I think they will push. I'll just wait.
They might now, yeah.
Popping now.
Nah, he's there.
I used mine, just, you know. I got him around.
Nice. I'm pushing.
I don't have step. I need to reach. I need to open right now. He got me. I can kick him maybe. Take me.
Blanket it.
Fuck. Yeah. No. I'll blind.
You have to drink it, I guess.
Yeah, I will.
Can you cloak?
I will.
I think you might
Probably
die.
dead. I have a deadly throw.
Getting polyed.
Yeah.
I have PS3 still. I think they might open. Yeah, they're going me, I think. Okay.
I don't think so. It's Nail there as well.
Mage going for now. He gets it. I'm killing the mage. I get juked. Full poly. I think they'll open now.
For you.
Yeah.
But I have the blind. The worst thing I can do is opening mage. I will never open mage. Please out.
Does the Rook have trinket?
Locally. I'll blind. No, he doesn't.
Because I don't have his frame.
I'll kidney out and you can clear out.
Sure.
It's 4 combo points, okay? You fear? Just no.
Yeah, I know. He resist.
I have trinket in 8.
Should be fine. Trinket.
5, 4. I'll kill mage, okay?
Okay. Trying to get you. I'll get to shoot.
Miss this right.
Nice. Think you can.
Yes, trinket.
Yeah, but nice.
Get shit on.
I don't know, like.
Why did he leave? What a loser. At least trinket crippling tried to do something.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
That's some loser mental right there.
These games are so bad though.
Yeah, but you need to tell me instantly if you can't fear if he's out of range.
No,
he was out of range,
I was
right?
no, I feared him.
Okay. Yeah, I know it resisted, but weren't you out of range before you? I can't tell the exact range.
I was out of range. I didn't want to put myself on global.
Yeah.
But I knew I could fear at the end, and I did at the very end. Just resist.
I didn't want to open mage and blind rogue because while I'm on global, rogue would blind me then.
Yeah, it wasn't worth.
I don't know why he would leave though. He had trinket for crippling. I didn't have kidney. He can trinket crippling and cripple me. Especially if he trinketed early, because I had no energy to reshiv. When I stepped to him, I had no energy to shiv him in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I guess we won't have to wait as long this time, because it's just 2 more. It's actually 2 more series, same as before. So I guess we can go AFK again for like half an hour.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which is Jigsaw and Icy Fresh.
Yeah, I know I didn't use my PS in the duel against Riva on Nagrand, but I think I was super low on mana. I didn't have the mana for PS, I think. Because I needed some mana for my offensive shit. I need mana for like death, for dot. I know this costs no mana, but I don't think I have enough mana. I had enough mana to...
did in fact end up with a mage on mage 1v1. In this previous
2 PS myself. Maybe I did, but I didn't want to risk it and just... Because my plan was, as Mir was saying... Hold on, I guess I'll just mute the... Just mute the official stream for now, while I'm talking. Yeah, my plan against the mage was to kill him, just to like bait him into thinking that I would die because I'm and actually kill him with the reflective shield and death and dot and want hits. And I still had my desperate prayer, which I don't need the mana for. So I just really wanted to make sure I had enough mana for my offensive shit to actually kill him, because as Mir was pointing out, as he was saying, the mage could just run and it would be a time.
Becky, do you remember what happened, by the way? Why? Because I couldn't blind the rogue in the start. What happened? Or did I blind the rogue? What happened?
I'm not
sure. Oh yeah,
sure.
I did. I blinded that to kidney. And he
think,
trinketed.
yeah, I
That's
think
what
you did,
happened.
yeah.
And then I had literally nothing to do. I had to trinket kidney and he could easily blind me and just run. But then I went super low, so they went for the all-in. And then rogue ran. He could have just killed me, I think.
No, I couldn't. As soon as I like shielded you, you were fine, because you were shielded with cloak up, and they couldn't stop my flash shield. And I was PI'd as well.
Yeah. But the flash shield didn't go off until cheat death was almost expired. I feel like if he opened with the cheap shot into this, I was dead. But he had already committed to running, I guess, escaping.
Yeah. I guess.
All these openers were pretty bad. Even the one, like the second game, like even though I sat rogue 2 games, it wasn't like great. Because we always had to cross every time.
Yeah, rogue was always super far from me. I couldn't really.
Yeah, and then you got blanketed into sheep. And you didn't resist.
Yeah. And then the last game, I think I still had PS at the end, but I was like out of mana, I couldn't use it. I should have found though some mana to use it, but again, I prioed using my mana to dispel Mage's shield so that we kill him sooner, because I knew I was gonna die. Even if I used that last bit of mana, I had like that 300 mana or whatever to like palm myself, I would still just die, and yeah, it wouldn't really do anything. So I used my last mana to dispel the shield, and then I inner focused to shield myself. I think maybe I could have like inner focused to PS earlier instead of inner focus shooting, but it's whatever. I also think I'm gonna wait. Hold on, who won? I guess Deadly won. Dude, I wasn't watching the game or commenting it. Sorry.
Can I not make?
Icy Fresh won.
Wait, sorry, forgot to mute.
Anyway, I'm gonna update my add-ons.
Almost
like my add-ons link.
But the other thing, obviously, these guys have already played once today, so you know this is effectively turned into a, what would that be, a best of 6, I guess, isn't it?
Just gotta hide this, I guess.
So you know they've got, or sorry, best of 5 actually. But we are going to be going into Ruins, which was Jigsaw's pick last time, if I remember correctly, when we ended up with a 1v1.
Yeah, it's just it's tough, man. So much aggression coming out from both sides immediately. I feel like the mages flirt with each other.
I don't know. Overall, I'm not happy with how I played the series. I think I could have played better.
Isn't peeling the rogue. They're kind of both going after the mages.
I mean, we won, so I guess it's whatever. But yeah, I'm not happy.
What happened if the poly had lined up? It was very unfortunate. It was a cheap. It wasn't only just
I could have played better. And, yeah.
The poly being broken, it was also that they'd done a full cheap shot kidney shot onto the target that was then polyed, so he did burn an opener and 5 combo points, or probably 4 to 5 combo points on a target that then gets polyed instantly, but then gets broken instantly. And I think that's maybe a tiny little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of a choke there that obviously would have impacted heavily later on into the game. But you know, when it gets this stage of a tournament, when there's, you know, money on the line.
Right, this is the updated link for add-ons, for all my add-ons that I'm using on the beta.
But we will see what happens on this match.
Absolutely. Show your support one more time in chat. Let's see if this could be it.
My hands are super cold, and it's like it's cold in my apartment. Hold on, I'm actually gonna go ahead and close the window on my room.
Let's see if Jigsaw can make a comeback here on the Runes Lord Ron. He did pick this map. Let's see if he can do it for his supporters.
And like as always, we're going to set up a different style. This is aggressive start from Icy Fresh, going in a little bit of a bait from Shadow, but Jigsaw definitely taking his time and Deadly turtling in the start, not feeling particularly like they're aggressive. But you know, the Icy Fresh does have that 1 game lead. They can maybe try something a little bit bolder without feeling the pressure of getting instantly knocked out. But here's Deadly going in with his first sprint and probably a Perception. Nice sap onto Icy Fresh as Shadow goes in onto Jigsaw, lures him out early vanish running in away, and these Ice Lancers are just going straight into Jigsaw as they're going absolutely ham.
Well, Scooter, in that situation, it wouldn't really make sense to... Oh fuck, I forgot to...
If you can't get any damage going, I mean, there's no
enable
health bar has
this,
decreased
I'll
on the
show
left
this.
side.
Yeah, in that situation, it really didn't make sense to PS.
So much pressure going on in Jigsaw early.
I had to just PI myself, shield my rogue, and just try to top him while the mage had no CS, which is what I did. PSing wouldn't really do anything because the rogue already pieced it, the enemy rogue. He ran or vanished away or something, so it was just mage, and mage wasn't really doing much damage at that point. It was not worth the PS there.
Unfortunately, yep, no, so down goes Jigsaw, dead and out of the tournament, it looks like.
Interesting, Icy Fresh actually beat Jigsaw's team 4-0. I mean, to be fair, Deadly is not a rogue mage player. He hasn't played rogue mage a lot. He's been playing recently with Jigsaw. Quite a bit, I guess, but still, like, he's not... He's not, like, good at this comp, I guess.
Who did they lose to again? Does anybody recall?
Is Disc Mage or SP Mage better? Disc Mage?
Yeah, it's Mir's Becky, I think.
Yeah, it was Mir, and this is so high.
How dare they lose to such plebeian opponents?
Before we get into a little commercial break, we have losers finals and then grand finals. You can see the bracket on your screen right now. Riva and Icy Fresh in losers finals fighting for that spot in grand finals.
What's your spec look like? It's this. I decided to go for Burns because I thought Burns were good in like random 1v1 situation, and they were good against Warrior Druid. Normally, I mean, I was considering not going improved Burns, but I figured 2% stamina, intellect, spirit with this gear just really doesn't do much at all, and I'd rather have these burns for like the games against Warrior Druid, you know, just in case, and against some like random, I mean in some random 1v1 scenarios against mages or like warlocks, priests, whatever it could be. Thought burns would be better. Other than that, my spec is standard in the disc 3, and here I go spell warding instead of Divine Fury.
Yeah, congratulations to Icy Fresh.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, we obviously saw the...
Is there a Season 1 gear list anywhere for Disc Priest? Yes.
Bravado. I didn't realize there wasn't... we thought it was a communication, but obviously if he's not being able to talk to you, then that completely understand.
So who's hosting the tournament? I think Fark is hosting it, or Cargos. I'm not entirely sure. So maybe it's like both of them in collaboration or something.
I'm a big Reaver fan. Like he and me, like we played together for many times, like on many projects, and yeah, I'm a fan for Reaver.
Oh, just
well played, man. Like I've been
just hoping my hands will warm up before the finals.
Learning TBC these past months, dude. It's so cool to see.
Gonna scuffed.
You played really well today, man. You're gonna crush it in TBC.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing tournament, bro.
Oh, stream was oh shit! I forgot about that, man. I'm not used to like doing this. So yeah, these are my holy talents. I have spell warding instead of Divine Fury.
To Jigsaw TV basically. Sadly, my
and this is my spec in yeah. This is the talents. These are the talents I have in disc 3. It's standard, except it's actually standard. It's the spec I play on the ladder basically. Except on the ladder I play Divine Fury instead of spell warding.
/Jigsaw_TV, correct?
Yeah, correct. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, that is his stream, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see more of amazing mage action, go on to that Twitch channel and show Jigsaw some love. Now, we will be going into a little commercial break. Cargos, I believe we have some experience with technical difficulties. Would you be so kind and send me the commercial break?
Hello, Linu. Aren't you Linu from... What's the name of that server? Frost something? Sunwell? Not Sunwell. I forgot. Frosthold. Some fucking buggy PV kind of Wrath server. Frost something. I think if you're that guy, like you were playing with my friend there. Thanks for that gear list. What professions are you going to go? Tailoring and geocraft? Nah. Thanks, Emilio. I don't have a pre-bis season 1 list, only bis list. But like pre-bis would be something like, you know, these shoulders, these gloves, and then Karajan PV gear. That would be my pre-bis, or maybe just 4 pieces of the blue PvP set and like tier 4 head or something. Frostmourne, yeah. I guess it was Frostmourne, or was it? No, I don't think it was. Don't think it was Frostmourne, or maybe it was. I don't remember. It was like some server that previously was called Sunwell, I think. It was made by the same team. You know, it's the same project. I think it was called Frosthold, or maybe Frostmourne. I don't remember. Oh yeah, good luck in the finals, mate. Thanks, Brader. Thanks, bro.
Actually, you know, Riva's Swiss. I'm so sorry that I'm ignorant towards this, but Swiss.
How funny would it be if Icy Fresh Steam wins the series?
Okay. Got it. Sort of got it.
Technically
nice.
EU.
It's like the good old UK now.
Yeah.
But let's
I'm not trying to like put anyone down here, right, or imply anything, but I'm just saying it would be quite funny because like I don't think anyone expects this.
Whoever loses this match will be securing the 3rd place reward. Now this is maybe a perfect moment to segment a little bit about sponsorship, about Rested XP, Carlos, if you would so kindly.
Oh yeah, but I mean it's all good. We played the ad a second ago. You guys you've seen it. You've seen people streaming and using it. But yeah, if you do,
Can you make a vote of that? Yeah,
there's a
well.
link down in the description below in a panel.
And there will be monetary rewards for even the 3rd place team as well.
Yeah, we're giving all the players guides, and let's do another giveaway. Think of a trivia question off the top of your head, Vark, and then whoever answers the trivia question will get a guide. Their fate is in your hands. Anything.
What is the first casting ability that mages start with? Is it Frostbolt or Fireball? You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
That was good,
1.
bro. I like it. Look how much reactions you got. Let me see the first person.
They look badass.
Are we accepting Firebolt or Fireball?
It's gotta be
the first one I have is Firebolt, but
the first guy didn't capitalize the F in Fireball though.
Oh come on, man! You can't you can't be hating on him for that.
I just have a question.
Is this
Thank you, man. Is this
Good job, bro. Goose Chaser 101. DM me, man. We'll
does
send you
this
a copy
only
of the
include your
guide,
chat, by the way?
What's up?
This is only for your chat, right?
No, your chat too.
Not so much.
Okay, first person in your chat.
Yeah, Chill the Mage. Whisper me on Twitch either tomorrow or today, depending. Chill the Mage. Typing Fireball. You win in my chat. Who is winner in your chat, Cargos?
Yeah, we had my man. Sorry, I must.
Okay, a little giveaway from rest
Goose Chaser 101.
Goose Chaser. Well,
Where's Tazar Gucci LD? Yeah, I don't know. Not, you know.
Let's queue up the teams.
Okay, Riva versus Icy Fresh, guys.
I kind of expected to. I mean, I would expect to see, you know, other players in the tourney. Really.
In the continent of Europe.
Yes.
This is it. Here is the transition.
Gucci was.
Let's go, guys.
Initially going to participate. I don't know what happened because it's like I saw the poster kind of thingy, poster looking kind of image, like the promotional fucking picture for the tournament. I don't know what to call it. That shit, and it listed all the team captains, and there were like 8 people, you know.
Then they're in 2003.
And Gucci was amongst them, and ended up not playing. I guess I took his place because I wasn't invited, and then they invited me. I guess when someone dropped out.
People love EU, but NA strong as well.
The continent, not the governmental body.
By the way, those add-ons from Shaka, do they work in pre-patch at the moment if I put them in my add-ons folder? I think they do, at least some of them do. The ones that he specifically ported for, you know, TBC Classic, TBC Beta, those do work, yeah.
Is what I'm gonna go for. I want to see some EU boys.
Here we go, and out the gate, Riva pushing out strong. Okay, never mind. He went behind a pillar.
Okay, let's watch this game. This is like the game for the 3rd place.
We should ask Crack about pillars. He knows everything about it. But that note, Caitlin, what is going on our screens?
I mean, we've got
And this game will determine who's going to the finals. And the grand finals. And the grand finals. And it seems like Riva's team is gonna take this one home. Oh, that's for sure. It's a full kidney without trinket on this rogue, and he goes down.
Very convincing win here from Riva.
Yeah, man, so much damage.
We said it before.
0 to 100.
We're gonna say it again. Rogue Mage, don't blink twice because they're gonna blink 3 times and the game is going to be over. Wow.
Take a look at that damage. Avishan, 13k, where the enemy rogue gets 1600. That's I'm not exactly Neil deGrasse Tyson, but that explains quite a bit.
I mean, this keeps happening in tournaments that we're casting. I mean, in the PDD one, there was a Chinese rogue. I forget his name. Was it Dunkant, something like that? Fark. I can't remember until like the losers finals, but you know he just come out.
I wonder if I should go.
No idea who he was.
If I should use Bangle in the finals instead of the Scarab, because the games can go the distance. I went twice.
Well, I mean, okay, so people in the chat are roasting.
In the previous series.
Saying, how do you not know who Avishan is? I'm sorry. I wish I knew who Avishan is. Now I know who Avishan is. Tell me a bit about Avishan, chat, if you know anything about him. Apparently he's just a legendary rogue, and that you're actually insane if you don't know who Avishan is.
We're just disgustingly ignorant people. We apologize. I know all the shamans though. Yeah.
Who's your shaman idol? Do you have one?
Oh yeah, no. GC LOL.
Brady,
like
can we get some love for Brady? Any Black Crown representation, Cargos?
For who?
No? Okay, maybe next time.
No, of course, dude. Brady knows I got mad love for him. So that's game one. These even though it's the loser finals, it is a best of 3 still, right? Best of 5 is only for the Omega Grand Finals. Okay. So
Yeah,
Icy Fresh facing down a limb then.
This is it. Everything is on the line.
Ну вот сейчас определится, кто будет против нас играть в финале. Рива или вот эта тима. Ну, скорее всего, Рива.
Nobody else seems to actually. They seem to really be favoring it over Nagran. Everyone else seems to be very comfortable in Nagran, but Icy, you know, with this sort of elementalist style that he seems to favor with a Scorch, I can definitely see him enjoying that line of sight object in the center of the map as opposed to the pillar a little bit. But I mean, let's see. What are you expecting, Kargas? Who's going to be the aggressor here? What's your money on?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know, man. Rogue mages just happen so quick, and I'm not exactly sure what like makes one rogue mage win over the other one. Hey, they're just. I feel like I'd be talking out of my ass. I'll leave it to you, bro.
Well, I mean, Avishan has obviously just gone on holiday to, you know, Mogadishu, and we can see obviously Icy Fresh just taking that very dominant position in the map. I mean, that's where he seems to be comfortable. He seems to be able to be, you know, very proficient around playing around these sort of unconventional lines of sight, using the scorches that we're seeing. But here's Avishan going for the aggressive move with his first sprint, an aggressive sap onto Icy Fresh, and you can see that obviously Shadow is aware of roughly where he is. Oh, first pet Nova from Icy Fresh misses, unfortunately, as he goes for an improved counter spell. Second Nova is coming out. Icy Fresh is now going for Polymorph, but Shadow is taking an awful lot of damage from Avishan. A slight bit of miscommunication there by the looks of it, but River is taking an awful lot of damage. Early block from, well, sorry, standard block from him, but Shadow is now probably going to go take an awful lot of pressure. Trinket from Avishan, and Shadow goes down again.
I mean, not exactly a 5-head take here, but when you see, like, when we've seen a couple of rogue match mirrors now, right, throughout the tournament, and they look very one-sided. It's not like it's I don't think we've seen a cross kill yet. It's like the better rogue mage team just absolutely demolishes the other one every time. So it's it just feels like the other team is incapable of getting anything going. Like you don't even see one of the rogue or the mage dip below 50% on the team.
I mean, the comp is obviously, you know, incredibly pressure based, and you know, you do end up snowballing. You know, you get those tiny, you know, you get the sort of the 1% advantage becomes a 5% advantage, becomes a 10% advantage, and you know it tends to snowball in that direction. And it is these, you know, very small micro decisions of, you know, for example, we always see one of the things we noticed. I noticed in the last 2 games in particular with Rivia is he always seems to pop his elemental later than his opponent. You know, it always seems to be Icy popping the elemental first, and
sure.
saves his, and you know, burns that little bit of time of Icy Fresh's elemental.
Yeah. Let's segue a little bit into the interview with Icy Fresh. He is 3rd place major team in this tournament.
We're going?
Let's pull him up into the interview lounge and see what he has to say.
But that's his final standing, huh? 3rd place for sure, 100% Icy Fresh.
100%, 3rd place Icy Fresh. Let's congratulate him.
Let's go, man.
Welcome to the panel, Icy man. What a very impressive tournament, I've got to say. It's been an absolute pleasure both to watch and cast. You know, how's it been for you guys?
It's been really fun. I had a blast. Thank you, Fark, for setting us all up.
Yeah, you're very much welcome. Thank you for all of the help organizing this tournament and showcasing an amazing skill set playing Rogue Mage. What are your highlights of this tournament?
It was fun queuing into Mirror.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to do it a second time, but it happens.
Like I said, how chill Icy was going to be when he comes in here, bro. Just absolutely chilling.
Yeah, you love to see it. You love to.
Wait, did we actually play against them?
Fresh is Icy.
Oh yeah, we did. I even forgot that.
We're gonna chill down before we prepare for the grand finals. Once again, many thanks for everything that you have done. if it's helping organizing and making this happen, or if it is.
Can they fix the slow fall on feathers already, or is it so hard? What's wrong with it?
You are third placed Mage Rogue team in this tournament, and there will be a prize. Be sure to contact the sponsor of this tourney. You will be given a $50 prize as a team captain, and you are also getting a key. Sorry, you're getting a full license for Rested XP add-on/guide. I see. If people want to see NA Mage dominating in arena, where can they find you?
Twitch TV/IcyFreshTVC. I'll be streaming probably all of my gameplay on the classic TBC when it launches.
Sounds good, bro. Really amazing, amazing turnout, man. You did really good, bro. Got a lot of fans after today, I bet.
100%.
The NA dream, though.
The NA dream.
True, man. Maybe hey, at least we placed, bro. We got bronze medal.
Hey, bronze medal. You in the finals. Take it or leave it.
I mean, it's better than the Horde did, so, you know, you're beating them at least.
You boys won. No, we're just
nice
about to play. The grand finals are coming up.
And thanks for jumping in for this interview.
In a few minutes, I guess.
Watching and casting. Yeah.
And we're playing against Riva and Avishan.
You know, grand finals,
Riv Mage
versus Mia. Who are you putting your money on, mate?
Riva versus Mirror, what do you think, chat? I mean, we already saw it play out a second ago, right?
A little bit of connection issue.
How many times can Mirror possibly live on 1 HP? I feel like Riva got this one.
There we go.
Was Jigsaw running a Rogue Mage also? Yeah, he was playing Rogue Mage with Deadly.
Comcast. We don't exactly know what it is, but we do believe it is a production of Friday the 13th.
You slow fall while you do normal jumpers.
Not Shades, because he's been knocked out, but nonetheless, let's talk a little bit about the
I don't
finals.
understand what that means. I'm stupid, sorry.
I want to transition a little bit onto the infographic that we have. And we're going to see, once again, Uzbeki Mirror, Riva Mage. Let's take a look at...
Where can we see Rested XP tournament?
We've seen it before. We're going to see it again. They have
Fark
so much
TV,
in their toolkit.
Cargos, Gaming.
I mean, to be fair, I think Icy did point out the obvious. You know, how many lives does this man have? Has he actually just sat there with, you know, some PewDiePie cat ears on his headphones the entire time with his 9 lives, just living on a pixel every single game? But yeah, we've seen the aggression that they bring to the table. You know, they're not afraid, especially as Becky plays a very aggressive priest style, which, you know, I personally really, you know, enjoy watching. But yeah, you know, it's gonna come down to these, you know, incredibly clutch, you know, seconds.
Финал BO3 или BO5.
Tiny ticks, whether
Best of
it's
5.
a little bit of a
Best
crit,
of
whether
5.
it's a little bit of a tick here or
BO5.
there that's really gonna bring it down. These guys are so good and so close to a skill level that it's near impossible to, you know, give any real prediction.
There's literally a global loss because of
just trying to
that bug. You slow forward specific height, but not from jumping.
Right? The rogues, one finds the other one, they delay the perception.
I don't know, man. I don't even use slow fall.
Develops a bit, and then Mirror gets
pretty much
down
ever.
to like sub 5% cheat death procs, and then in the games that they did win, he's able to just narrowly escape death. They stabilize. At that point, the Rogue and Mage are down about half their cooldowns, and they still have some bite left in them, right? They like almost kill him again, but they narrowly end up killing the enemy Rogue usually. So that's what.
All right, boys.
How these have panned out.
Let's do keep in.
Oh, it's about to go down.
The score.
I'm starting to wake up finally. You know, I woke up today at like
just how close all of these matches have been between them.
10:30 my time, 10:30 p.m.
So many points.
So just like half an hour before the tournament begun.
Running around pillars on literally a pixel as he's getting healed with Uzbeki spamming Holy Nova, because that's all Uzbeki has left to desperately get him, you know, a tiny little
Alright, dude, let's go.
Yeah. So it's same team, I guess.
It's Riva, yeah?
And we're not starting 1-0? Is it 0-0?
I'm not sure about that. I think it's 0-0.
And it's best of 5 or 3?
Best of 5.
Okay. Let's go. I think I'll stay back instead. What's that?
Porch. I'm set now.
Back to vanish. I'll try it on.
Oh, they broke your vanish.
I vanish. Okay.
Can you step Polly? Never mind.
I can't.
You might have to go.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Guess we're on mage for now.
I don't have trinket.
Yeah, you're dead. Be cloak my fear. Nope, nothing. I got kicked too.
If I get soft, it's Spurge over. Need to... I'm not sure actually.
Do we go Nagrand?
When you got sapped, I wanted to vanish, but slightly too late. Yeah, go Nagrand.
I mean, it would have been fine if your vanish wouldn't break from nothing.
Yeah. I don't know how it broke. Actually, don't know. He used Pet Mob already.
No, it must have been like rogue shiving you randomly after you already vanished or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, the beta stuff. Yeah, it seems really rough with this kind of opener.
Yeah, I wish Alliance wasn't allowed actually. Could have real games then.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know, maybe you should just chip show kidney after trinketing like insta, or is it gonna vanish?
I tried.
Okay. So your vanish broke when you tried to do that, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I spam focus chip shot on rogue.
Okay. I don't know, I should have MD'd myself and comboed. That would have forced Blanket Nova into Poly, or just Blanket, but that would have been good enough.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect the rogue to go for that sap though. It didn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, same. But I can't really vanish because you can just Pet Nova me out, so...
Yeah.
And you can see where I go after.
I mean, I guess you could cloak vanish.
Yeah, I could.
But then imagine if Nova goes through, it's like insta lose. And there's a 20% chance of that happening.
Yeah, they can just spell till you and go use them.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it would have been better.
Possibly. Got rogue.
Okay, cool.
It's happening.
Oh,
you have to live. I will not
drink
it. I will not drink it.
He lost. He lost. Should be fine, but
I can't reach range. I don't have stuff. Dodge Nova.
Okay.
Precision.
I want to get to the pillar.
Yeah.
I have no trinket now, they have blind for me.
I'll go mage.
Sure.
I'll blind.
Do you trinket? Do you trinket?
I'll blind rogue. I will blind. He vanished. Get his block.
Yeah, I know.
Fast. I need to kill him before he can blind me.
It's full blind on me.
The troll tornado. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter at all.
I had the vanish and close.
I don't know, these games are so fucking shit though.
They're bad, yeah.
Like every single game so far has been shit. Against this team, I mean. It was just not fun.
Yeah, because
not good.
Humans shouldn't even be allowed in tournament. It's so stupid with the way perception works currently.
Like these are just straight up fucking bad games.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
I wish they would let us play though, instead of just sitting here like waiting after every game.
Yeah, but how do you see that happening? Other people also gonna play and shit. It's Blade's Edge.
Yeah, this map is good for them. By the way, I'll just tell you before the gates open. Yes. I was gonna say, do you want to start on ramp or the small pillar downstairs?
This one that we have here on this side is not as good, so maybe ramp.
Okay.
The one on their side is really good.
I thought they're the same.
No. Because that one, you can just run around it all the way, and here you can kind of go behind, but not all the way through. I'm gonna start on the ramp.
Road.
Nice.
Opening. I got a trinket. I can blind him.
6. This is insane.
I'll look fully. I'll blind him. Blind him.
Yeah, that's pretty much over, I guess. I can come.
I played mine on the mage as well.
I'll come here, I guess.
Yeah, do it.
He just lets me do it too. It's over.
Oh shit. Funny now. PR, but it's good.
So dumb. What did he trinket? Did he trinket chip shot?
He trinketed Sam.
Okay.
2 games in a row. Into chip shot this time.
Yeah.
I was gonna open right away, that's why, because I don't want mage to get me out.
Yeah, sure. I thought he trinketed a chip shot though. I need chip shot shirt. It's Nagrand. Why am I telling you this? You're gonna see it in like a few seconds.
Good road.
I'm coming. Polite.
You missed that one.
Nice.
Kill me for Polite. MD me?
Can't, too far. Way too far.
Okay, got away. I should have cloaked Polite down. It's gonna open me.
I'm going mage, I think. Up here, really. Forcing cloak here.
I can blind road again.
Okay, sure.
Coming in.
I got him, I got him.
Kill him mage, kill him mage.
I don't work though, here.
Yeah. Get it.
Yeah.
Get away, doesn't matter.
I'll fear rig now.
SDR, is that the one?
Push back. GG.
I should have cloaked the poly, but since he used blanket already on you, he did, right?
Yeah.
That's why I decided not to, but it was a bad play because positioning was so bad. But if he polys my cloak there, it's really bad. 80% chance.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus arcane talent, so it's actually more. It's 70%-ish. Bit more.
Yep. No, it was alright.
Yeah, I think it was fine.
I think so.
But yeah.
Is it best of 5? Oh, it's best of 5, I guess.
We won 3, so.
Oh, we did. Hey. Yeah. GG, man. Good games.
GG's, man.
I want to talk to you though after the stream. Are you gonna continue streaming?
Let's see. I've been streaming for 3.5. Probably not. Okay. I don't have anything to do really.
Okay, cool.
I'll just talk to my chat for like a couple of minutes and then end it, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's just talk after the stream. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Off stream. Yeah, I guess off stream. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. GG's, dude.
Yeah, but don't leave. They might want to do like an interview, I guess.
Yeah, but you do that.
You don't want to be even like be in the.
I mean, I can be there, but I think they're probably just gonna pick one guy, right?
No, I mean they join our, our room or like,
okay.
convo or whatever.
Well, in that case.
Yeah, so just stay. I guess you can mute for now if you want. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna join. So.
Yeah.
Well, there it is, boys. There it is. I'm actually pretty happy with how I played the last game. but the ones before that, not so much. But anyway, I guess we won. That's all that matters. Not really, but I should stop bitching probably.
Riva right now, Riva. First of all, thank you for taking part in this tournament. You really did play your heart out. We've seen amazing performance coming out of your team.
I mean, these games, honestly though, these games are so fucking stupid. You know, Season 1, Priest Rogue against Rogue Mage. It's a good thing we're Alliance, but still.
He found us, he win, we find him, we win.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Riva is saying.
That's how it goes.
Oh, dude, people call Riva... People call Riva so much that I even actually started doing that. Everyone calls him Riva, and I just called him that too. Yeah, but Riva just said it, like, whoever wins the opener wins the game most of the time. And it's true, and it's so dumb, like, yeah. These games were pretty bad. As in, you know, not because they weren't bad because they played bad or because we played bad or good or any of that. Just like this matchup is in Season 1 is kinda, yeah, not as fun as even in Season 4. Even though in Season 4 it doesn't get too much better, but at least, like, you know, it's better than this. But anyway, thanks for all the, you know, kind words, guys. All the congratulations and all. Thanks for cheering for us.
As I said, it's a mind game between Mir and Avishan, and
yeah. I mean,
we've
seen a lot of good performance coming from you as well, Riva. Nothing to be ashamed of. You really played your heart out, and once again, many thanks to you as well participating in the tournament. Now, I want to give a huge shout out to you as well, Riva. Before I do that, you are going to get a whopping amount of how much, Carlos?
$100, man.
Oh,
I mean, we'll do more. We'll do more. We'll do bigger ones.
A whopping amount of $100.
Right?
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
Of course, man.
Oh, that's
it's whatever, you know. It was fun. Doesn't matter.
Or XP
you know, the price ain't too too big or like too great.
Can I say something?
Absolutely. It's whatever. We had fun.
I wanted to thank you guys for the tournament because, like, it was a really good tournament, well organized. I was watching, you know, when I was not playing, I was watching.
Thanks, Googles.
You guys did a really good job. And also GG's to Uzbeki and Mir. They played really good. As I said, it's RNG, but this is just TBC, right? This is just the matchup. This is like, you know what I mean? I'm getting a bit frustrated when we lose because of the RNG, but it is what it is, you know. And they played really good. They deserve the win. And GG's to Mir and Uzbeki. And also GG's also to my teammate Avishan. He never played on the beta before like this, right? It's his first game on the beta, so.
Oh wow!
It was a bit weird for me. Yeah.
He made some amazing plays, man.
Yeah,
I was really impressed by it. What a great rogue.
Yeah.
Riva, if people want to find you or your 2v2 partner, where should they go?
I mean, my stream is Rivalol, and my rogue doesn't stream, so he doesn't have any Twitch. Okay. But yeah, my stream is Rivalol, but people know, I think. I mean, I don't know. I hope so.
I would hope so too, but in the case they do not know, guys,
exactly.
twitch.tv/Rivalol.
as well.
The Eastern Front.
And there we go. Uz, are you with us?
Merci,
oh, yeah.
Merci beaucoup. Thanks.
Let's see if Mir's here.
He's gone back to bed, boys. He's won his tournament. He's going back to sleep.
Yeah, all in a day's work. Easy clap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can potentially maybe get Mir as well. I believe Mir is here. Mir, are you here?
Yes. What's up?
Amazing. Thank you for joining us. Before we transition into post-game interview, first and foremost, absolute huge congratulations to you. Best of 3, you smashed it. Best of 5, you smashed it. Congratulations. You are the winner of the grand finals of this 2v2 tournament sponsored by Rested XP.
Yeah,
what would you like to say? You're welcome. What would you like to say in front of the audience?
I'm not sure about the audience, but I'd like to say to you guys, just thank you for hosting a nice tournament, and I hope there will be more in the future.
Absolutely, brother. I've never met you before, Mir. I mean, you're a legend, dude. It's nice to meet you, man. It's so cool to watch you play, and thank you so much for participating. I know it's not the biggest tournament, but many more to come. This is a kind of a proof of concept for us, and man, TBC, esports, arena, the future is bright.
No, I agree. It was a really fun tournament, and hopefully we can get a lot more in TBC. This is already I think it's the 3rd tournament, right? Yeah, it's the 3rd tournament so far in the beta, so it's looking up. A lot of people hosting a lot of tournaments. It's looking super good for a TBC player like me. So yeah, I'm just very grateful.
So I've got 2 questions actually. The first one is, are you aware that in the Blade's Edge arena match, Abishan actually did 0 damage the entire game? That's on the scoreboard, is 0 damage.
Yeah. Yes, he didn't get to play. Unfortunately.
Didn't get to play.
You sound very cut up about that, very upset for him.
Yeah, bit unfortunate trinket there. But
and then
it happens.
The other thing is when we started this tournament, very early on when we were talking about you, one of the things that got brought up was that you are, I think, renowned throughout the community at this point of being the master of saps. How are you capable of basically sapping rogues time and time again? Do you live next to the server? Is that what it is? Are you just got a cable out your window to the server?
I mean, it just comes with experience, honestly. I've been playing this game for a very long time. And eventually, I've only ever really played Rogue 2, so eventually when you've been playing enough Rogue, you just start to sort of develop like a sort of, I'm not sure what to call it, but like an eye for it. You constantly look for people to exit out of combat. It's something that comes naturally when you've been playing Rogue for such a long time as I have. And I think the same goes for a lot of the top Rogue players.
Oh, no, definitely something that always stands out to me when you play is, you get these impossible saps that just, always blow us away. And it's been an absolute pleasure to cast today. And congratulations to the pair of you. Been phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you as well from me. Obviously, this is the first. Just a couple of words from me. This is the first tournament that I tried to organize. Shoutcast worked. A little bit of pressure, 300 pounds of pressure, but dealing with it. 4 hours, 20 minutes event, 420. Pretty sure Icy Fresh likes that number right now. I apologize for any technical difficulties or any delays or any misinterpretations that have happened during the games. If I have misinterpreted something, please don't hate me. Like the games are really, really fast. Sometimes it's CS into KS into Trinket into Blind, and it just gets really, really fast. Like your games are really, really fast.
Yeah, that's
being
normal,
said,
I'd say. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, there is. As I said, this is the first event we are organizing. I just want to disclose that. So I know we have some fans, we have some haters. All I'm doing, I'm asking for a little bit of consideration, if it is possible, even on the internet.
I was watching games in between our games, and honestly, it seemed really good. I like the commentary; it seemed really, really solid. I'd say you guys did a great job.
That means a lot, dude. Thank you so much, man. It was really, really fun. It was a great day. Do it again sometime.
It is a great day. 4 hours, 20 minutes. I would say we are solidly 2 hours over. Not 2 hours, maybe hour and a half. Didn't expect to take this long. So I apologize for that.
2.5 hours to me, mate. You said 2.5 hours.
Mir, Rested XP will be giving you $200. Well, technically to Uzbek, he's the team captain, but your team has won $200 and a premium license
for Rested XP Leveling Guide / add-on. That is your reward as the grand finalist for this one. I hope you are going to have fun using Rested XP as well. I know you're a veteran leveling yourself. Maybe it's going to be a different approach. Maybe you want to give it a giveaway on one of your streams. Speaking of which, if people want to see the stream, where should they go?
My stream?
Correct.
It's Mirlol XD. MIRLOL XD.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. You can find Mir on twitch.tv/mirlolxd, and I believe you can find Uzbeki at twitch.tv/USBUZBUZB. Am I right?
Pretty much correct, yeah.
Uzbuzby.
Uzbuzby.
Uzubeku.
Say that 5 times fast.
It's just use UZB or Uz 3 times.
Should we wrap it up, Front?
I believe should we wrap it up? Last couple of words from the sponsor, from yourself, before we go into complete wrap mode. Cargos,
we'll let you go, Mir, man. Thanks again, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Take it easy, bro.
Take care.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Seriously, this is kind of the proof of concept. Sorry for any technical difficulties. We'll try to get more features in the future, stuff like instant replay. How cool would that be? More infographics. Just give it that esports feel, make it fun. And, the future is kind of in our hands.
In the interview session, I feel like I'm just sitting here giggling because
step up and try to
they're just talking to me and
leagues and stuff.
Hasn't addressed me in any way at all.
Starting up a fall arena league
during this whole thing, and I'm just sitting here giggling because they're just like
trying to get everybody involved in that. So that's coming.
This is just a bit funny.
Make it happen, guys.
To be fair, I don't mind it. It's just it's whatever.
Thank you for
but it's just a bit funny how
I'm so hype.
Yeah, if you want to check out Rested XP, last thing I'll say, I promise.
How I'm just sitting here.
It's a leather leveling guides.
As if I wasn't even a fucking part of it at all.
We have dungeon cleave guides, 1 to 70 guides for both Alliance and Horde, all classes. Give it a shot. It's at restedxp.com. That's pretty much it, though. Thank you, Fark, for putting this together, man. One thing I was going to say is, where can they find you, Caitlin, as well? Caitlin.
All right, I'm out. Fuck it. Oh, well, guys, this is it. That's the tourney. Thanks for cheering for us.
They're a bunch of fucking amateurs.
Thanks to the host, Riva. And GG's, man. GG's to you and Avishan, you did good. It sucks that, the game is kind of bad. Like Season 1, human rogue mage against human... like Alliance rogue mage, I guess, against Alliance. Priest rogue. Really opener dependent. But, it's whatever, man. What can you do? GG's anyways. Thanks to the host, but I think I'm actually done here. I'm probably not gonna stream. There's nothing really to stream for me right now. I'll probably just piece it, Yeah, they were like just all over Mir, and I was completely ignored throughout the interview, which is a bit unfortunate, but it's whatever, It's just funny to me. It was funny, like when the actual thing was happening, it was just funny to me. I couldn't actually hold the fucking, hold my giggling as they were like, Mir's the what do they say? Mir, the legend TBC player, the master of saps, the veteran leveler. Dude, that's funny. They probably think you're speechless from excitement for winning a premium leveling guide. Yeah, probably. I mean, look, guys, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to talk shit or anything. It's just a bit funny. But I don't blame them or anything. I don't judge them. It's all good. Well, anyway, boys, again, for the 20th time. Thanks for watching, and thank you for supporting us. Thank you for cheering for us, for all the kind words, you know, words of encouragement, etc. They said they couldn't hear you or some shit. Well, I wasn't saying anything. I was just giggling because I was never addressed, I guess. What am I supposed to just be like, hey guys, what about me? Or something. Hey, it's whatever, you know. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching. I guess I'll see you in TBC Classic. I don't know when and whether I'm gonna stream at all, and you know, I don't know how active I'll be. You know, it's streaming and playing. I guess I'll be playing pretty actively, but streaming, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Well, anyway, that's it for now. See ya. Have a good night. And a good week. And a good month. You know. All that shit. Bye.